Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game, and it's Crystal Palace against West Ham United, the first fixture for both teams in 2022. And I guess we might as well start off by saying a massive Happy New Year to you all and to our special guest. There's someone sitting in the middle of me and Gonzo today. We've got Marcus, who's a Crystal Palace fan. How are you doing, Marcus?
I'm very well. Happy New Year to you, Geo and Gonzo.
Thank you, and the listeners.
And the listeners, indeed. Forgot about you guys, yeah.
All right, you good, Gonzo?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, you?
I'm all right. You feeling confident?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know teams yet. Do we know if Vieira's? Has Vieira still got the plague, or is he on the touchline?
Unsure. Every other manager does. Arteta's out, Klopp's out tomorrow. All the managers are dropping like a fly at the minute.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be. I guess it's got to make an impact. That being said, you know,
Watford will probably be without their manager in the next game, not because he's got COVID, just because he's been sacked.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's be fair. He's had a couple of months, hasn't he? So it's time to get rid and get on to the next one. Certainly. Are you confident?
So I'm a bit more confident after the Zaha rumours. There's lots of rumours going around. It's some semi-officially confirmed, if you like, but Zaha's got COVID and he's isolating, and so is CRYWHU. So there could be some good news for West Ham with the Crystal Palace team. But ignoring that, Marcus, are you confident for this game?
I'd say I'm cautiously optimistic. I think we're in a decent run of form. So we had lost a couple of games ago, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what the team is and game on.
There should be one change for West Ham, but we'll get official confirmation in approximately 4 minutes. You can pretty much guess what the change is. Quite an obvious change as well, given that Declan Rice missed the Watford game through suspension. If you're new to the Build Up Show, make sure you subscribe. Where have you been all this time? We've been doing these for about a year and a half now. We'll take a look at the West Ham team. We'll take a look at the Crystal Palace team. We'll discuss both, see how we feel the game's going. And we'll get on the old Bet365 and see if we can win a few quid for someone. That'd be a nice way to start the year 2022. Now, in the live chat, just before we even went live, Mark kindly popped a fiver in. Mark said, "Thank you so much for what you're doing here. So West Ham family, a big thank you for the Christmas card and chocolates. His boy loved it. Made a profit.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Mark. What's that?
Made a profit on this selection box now.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Even more. If you've got any coconut ones that you're not eating or anything that you don't like in any of these selection boxes, I know there's no coconut in it, but you can always send it back.
It was a Kit Kat one. I'm not evil. I sent him a nice one. It was like a Kit Kat based selection.
It is evil. It is evil at Christmas time to send somebody coconut wrapped in chocolate. Let's be fair. It's nasty, and everyone should be ashamed of themselves if they do.
Do you like the bounty, Marcus?
I do. I'm a big fan.
I do as well.
Of course you do. You're a normal person, Gio. Chris, as we know, is a fussy little person.
I'm a strategic chocolate selector, though. I don't go for the bounty first, knowing that other people will leave bounty to the end. So I go after the common ones first, knowing that I'm going to pick up the bounties towards the end when it gets to the bottom of the box.
Conniving and sneaky.
Interesting.
Celebrations connoisseur, I think, is the official. So I think that's what I put on my CV anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got half a tub here for you if you want them. All bounties, whatever they are. Yeah.
Give them to Marcus. He likes them.
Yeah. Well, let's see how the result goes. He might not deserve any chocolate or feeding or watering at all. Let's be honest.
Let's see.
Right, while you're here, just want to say it's the first of the month, which means it's the best time to join our Patreon. If you wish to support the channel, you can do from £3.50 per month. That's all in. That includes your VAT and all that good stuff, or bad stuff. Depends how you look at it, I guess. And how you look at that will how we judge you and how you judge the likes of Jimmy Khan. Just saying. But if you would like more Hammers Chat videos, you can go to patreon.com/Hammers Chat. The link's in the description below. If you sign up, you get more content. We do a breakfast show before every game. We do the player ratings for every game as well. The opposition preview as well, which is pretty much null and void for this game, given that half the team have got COVID over at Crystal Palace. Or if you just want to support the channel. Now, this is mine and Gonzo's jobs now. So thank you very much to those who have made the step and support us with our hard-earned cash. Link is in the description if you wish to get involved. Marcus, if Zaha is out, will that be bad news for you? Will that change your cautiously optimism?
Not necessarily. I wonder how fit Eze is. So could he start? I don't know. At least say, is he fully fit? I expect IE will certainly start. Edouard, after last game's performance, almost certain to start as well, and probably Benteke up front. So not necessarily doom and gloom, but let's wait and see.
Gonzo, would you be more optimistic as Zaha was missing?
Look, Zaha is a proven Premier League performer, and for all his faults, on his day, he's one of the best players in the Premier League, and certainly outside the top, whatever, the big clubs that you want to call them, and Tottenham as well. He's one of the best players outside that group of clubs, certainly. On his day, we all know his faults, we all know what they are. So as good as Eze is, or at least they might be, and Edouard, they've yet to prove themselves in the Premier League over the sustained period, which Zaha has. And let's be fair. So I think a team without Zaha, I'd rather him not play. Basically, it would be a threat if he did play. That's for sure.
Well, we'll take a look at the Palace team in 5 minutes. But before that, let's take a look at the West Ham starting 11. Our first lineup of the year is Lucas Fabianski in goal. The back four are Soufal, Diop, Johnson, and Ben Johnson is unchanged from the Watford game in there. Declan Rice comes back in for Martin Noble to play alongside Thomas Souček, with Lanzini, Benrahma, Bowen, and Mikel Antonio making up the 11. Gonzo, no surprises, but a good thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're going to contest midfield a lot more ferociously than Watford did, Crystal Palace. So it's important Rice being in there. Lanzini it's back-to-back starts there for Lanzini, which is crucial. He is our best passer of the football and most technical player in that sense. So in terms of, pass and move, receiving the ball, dictating the flow and the pace of the game, it's very important that he's in there as well. And Benrahma's there. He was scintillating in the first half against Watford. In fact, that whole front three was. If they can sort of find some form and find some consistency in that, that's a really good team. Look, arguably, I might have had Vlasic in there, but I understand that he's not, and he can come off the bench and make an impact. And this is possibly, is it Benrahma's last opportunity to play before he goes off to the African Cup of Nations? So it sort of makes sense to get some miles out of him before he disappears for 6 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, we'll be back to brown-haired Benrahma today before he goes off on his international duty. No blonde hair allowed in the Algerian team. Marcus, that's the West Ham team. What do you make of it?
Well, I would have preferred if Rice hadn't started, to be honest. I understand Noble played the last game and played very well. I didn't see it, but I heard those reports. For me, Rice is your quarterback in there. He sprang the passes, he's breaking up play. It's the back four I suspected. I guess Zuma is still unfit, is he? Obviously, Bowen and Antonio are in fine fettle at the moment. So, it's on paper, it's a very decent team in good form. They know each other well, know each other's games well. It's an ominous lineup. Let's see how Palace can match up against you guys.
Yeah, it's a starting 11 that picks itself. I think it was an easy thing for David Moyes, given the victory against Watford. Then Declan Rice is one of few players that just goes straight back into the starting 11, regardless of what's happened prior. Easy, expected, but also expected for Patrick Vieira. That sort of gives Vieira perhaps the edge over Moyes heading into this one, in the sense that he can tell what West Ham are going to do, but it's a bit difficult the other way around, given the uncertainty over the COVID cases. Although we've just discovered Zaha's one today, but Zaha is out. We'll get on to that in a minute. We've only discovered that today, but Conor Gallagher was missing against Norwich, and the suspicions was he has COVID, who also misses out today, unfortunately. Sorry, Marcus, I'm just hitting you bad news after bad news here.
Yeah, this is bad.
But sort of Moyes it's probably trickier for Moyes to prepare in regards to the opposition than it has been for Patrick Vieira for this one. The bench for West Ham United today is Areola, Elise, Fredericks, Masuaku, Mark Noble, Alex Kral. We've got Okoflex back on the bench as well, with Nikola Vlasic and Andre Yarmolenko. So that makes up half of the game today. So let's take a look at the Crystal Palace team. As I've already said, Zaha and Gallagher are missing, as is CRYWHU Kiate.
On the bottom.
There you go. There's the Crystal Palace team for you. Gaeta is back in goal with the back four of Joe Ward. They've got Anderson and Guy in centre backs, with Mitchell at left back. Midfield trio: Will Hughes, Milivojevic. Is that how you say it? How do you say it, Marcus?
Milivojevic, I would say.
You're just as bad as we are. Milo in midfield with Schlupp, and then they've got a front three of Edouard, Benteke, and Jordan Ayew. What are you thinking, Marcus?
I'm thinking, I'm not surprised by the back five or the front three with Zaha and Gallagher out, but certainly the midfield. is not looking as strong. I know Rice led Milivojevic a merry dance last time those two matched up. So, yeah, I'm not that confident there. Good to see Hughes in there. I think he's a decent player. He'll get stuck in amongst it. He's got a good forward pass, and Schlupp's in some decent form with a goal in the last game. So, yeah, it's okay. Not too bad.
Gonzo?
I'm always I'm pleased to see Milivojevic in there as well, because he's a bit static, really, isn't he? And the one thing that worries me, whenever you play Palace, they've got fast players, and they still do have some pace in that team. Look, I'm pleased. We mentioned a number of players: Zaha, Eze, Elise, the guy from Reading. These are, and obviously Gallagher. These are people that carry the ball. These are people that carry the ball, and they pose a threat. So I'm really pleased to see that they're not in the team. And I always find Benteke a threat. Whenever I've seen him play, I think he's a threat. He's going to be a threat to our centre halves. That being said, we should be able to deal with most of that. I think they can cause us bother, our defence. I think that's for sure. But I think we can cause their defence bother, particularly bearing in mind they haven't got Tompkins in there at the moment, which I think is a big mistake for them not to put Tompkins in the team. But I do feel they're there to be got out in central midfield as well. So I think certainly in two of the three areas of the pitch, I'm quite confident about what I'm seeing.
Sometimes you can say two phrases. They've completely different meanings, but they mean the same thing at the same time. Marcus said, not too bad. I'll tell you what, I'm looking at that Crystal Palace thing, and I'm saying not too good. They're the same thing, but one's a positive spin, one's a negative. As a West Ham fan, I'm not that worried. To be honest, my confidence is growing looking at that Crystal Palace team. The bench for Palace worries me to some extent. I think that puts a little bit of importance on West Ham to be getting early enough lead. Come the hour mark, I'd like to see us in front. Otherwise, I think Palace have got more game changers on the bench. We'll get onto that in just a second. But that Palace team there, ours is just better. We are just better. You're missing big players, the likes of Zaha and stuff. And while Benteke is all right, he's just all right. I really like Edward though, and Jordan Ayew's always got a banger in him. There's always a banger when we play Crystal Palace. There's always one goal. It's just creme de la creme. Which you get today. Anyway, the Crystal Palace bench in no particular order. We've got Jack Buckland, we've got Matthews, Martin Kelly, we've got Mateta, Riedwald, Tompkins, Eze, and Elise. So, Marcus, you've got quite a strong bench there today. I think you've actually got the stronger bench of the two sides, to be honest.
Sure, as you say, some game changers on that bench. It'd be nice to see Eze come on the pitch at some point. Mateta scored a nice goal in his last game. He doesn't get a great deal of game time, so nice to see him get a goal. Elise, again, not getting a huge amount of time. It'd be good to see him on the pitch at some point. Some game changes there, but I'm just sort of reflecting on what you're saying. I think Benteke can get amongst your centre backs. I know he has sort of bullied Dawson and I think Diop a little bit. Last season or season before that. So I'm glad that Zuma's out because I think he's a sort of talismanic centre back for you guys. So it's really the midfield where we do fall down against. I just wonder if we're going to be able to see what we can do.
Massive thank you to Alan. He says, Happy New Year. He said, 3 years since I stumbled across you. I haven't missed a video since. I've watched in the car, on the toilet, and throughout lockdown. The channel's brilliant and deserves every success. Thank you very much, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
And Mrs. Allen. She has to watch everything, doesn't she?
He did spend a lot of time in the toilet during lockdown as well, Alan, I'm quite sure. So we do appreciate that, certainly. Handsome guy number 2 stealing Gonzo's limelight. I think not Mitchell, my friend.
Mitchell, or is that Michelle?
No, it's Mitchell. You can't. He's just praised you. You can't insult him. It's Mitchell.
Well, I'll take it.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you back the wrong horse, Mitchell. You're nice to him. He comes back. He's spiteful. He's already feeling the loss, and he's getting a bit bitter and twisted. This is what's happening.
I see.
Anyway, right, time to do a little bet. What are you fancying, boys? Gonzo, let's start with you. Give me 1 or 2 things to chuck in here. You're getting first dibs. So if you go West Ham win, Marcus can't go Crystal Palace win. It's a bit like if you do like fancy Premier League draft or something. So there's only one Harry Kane in the league. You get to go first. So if you have Kane, Marcus can't have him. So what do you want?
I don't think Marcus should be even allowed to do a Crystal Palace win. This is a West Ham.
Well, I know it's a partisan crowd, so I'm happy to play along.
Okay. What you can say if a Crystal Palace player scores a goal whatever, stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, come on. So I'm not even going to bother contesting the West Ham win. I am going to go with an Antonio goal in this one. I was going to say Dawson, but you don't know. I got told off last time I said Dawson.
It's just unlikely, that's all. We're trying to win some more money here, and you're doing Dawson, who might get 1 or 2 goals a season, and it's a bit...
Good odds. It's good odds.
It is, but it's also unlikely. It's good odds because it's unlikely.
Yeah, but see, when you're not here, when you go to the game, I do the bet on my own. Hold on a second. I do the bet on my own, yeah, and then people can win thousands.
But do they?
Thousands.
Yes.
No one's ever won anything.
No.
But if they did,
you'd be better off.
I think better going with Gonzo. Not
Gonzo.
Geo's.
You'd be better off just getting them a lottery ticket and just saying, here's the numbers, and if this wins, one of you guys will win the jackpot. Unless it wins, actually, I'm not handing over.
Steady on, a percentage of the jackpot.
Right, okay, so I've got Antonio to score. That's gone in there. What we're fancying. Player shots on targets available for this game. I like that. Mark it. Gonzo, give me a West Ham player. You can have Bowen, Benrahma, Antonio, or Souček, or Rice. Who's having a shot on target? You pick one, I'll pick one.
Benrahma.
You're going for Benrahma. I'll go for Jared Bowen. We'll slap them in there. Anything you fancy, Marcus?
What, for West Ham?
Well, Palace?
No, just in the game.
Scorer cards.
In the game. Well, a goal. Let's have a goal for Benteke.
Both teams to score. We'll put both teams to score in. Not Benteke. But we'll do Benteke's shot on target. I can put in Benteke's shot on target, right? West Ham corners, they always go in. They're just like a guaranteed win, aren't they? They might as well just pay out on West Ham getting corners in a match before the game's even kicked off.
Yeah.
4 or 5, Gonzo. What are we going for? How many corners?
5. Lots of corners.
5.
Lots of corners.
Okay, that's the bet then. That's the bet.
And what are the odds on that, Geo?
It'll be £115 for somebody. In the live chat, we'll tell you a phrase in just a minute. If this bet wins, we'll give one of you £115 tonight. This is what we need to happen. A lot of things, but they're quite simple. So we need Mikel Antonio to score a goal, both teams to score in the match, West Ham to get at least 5 corners, and then 3 players to have a shot on target. Benrahma, Jared Bowen, and Christian Benteke. All right, so Benteke, Bowen, Benrahma shot on target, Antonio to score, 5 corners for West Ham, and both teams to score a goal. In the live chat, please put the following phrase.
Elise is better than Elise.
Elise is better than Elise. All right.
You better get the spellings right, as there's 2 different players.
But which way around?
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
No, we've got to get it right. If someone puts up the Palace player better than the West Ham one, I ain't clicking on it. I'll wait till.
Okay. Fair enough. So the West Ham Elise has to go before the Crystal Palace Elise. All very particular.
This one.
There we go.
Toby's got it. There you go. Toby's got it.
Yes. There you go. And we all
You've
know
confused
this
someone. You've confused
I should hope so.
Elise's better than Elise.
I love it. But you see, I like that. Zarex. For Zarex, there is nothing other than Crystal Palace. I like that. That is as a proper football fan, certainly.
You can see the West Ham fans and the non-West Ham fans in live chat because they don't know about West Ham's Elise.
There's someone else called Elise. You know, they can't believe it's such a thing.
For what it's worth,
we have our own one.
For what it's worth, we just include everybody. It doesn't matter how you spell or anything like that. We're not too picky. Anyway, Marcus, you've seen both teams. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I was more confident when I thought Zaha and Gallagher, would be playing. Certainly, I'm nervous that Rice will be dominating that midfield as he has done before against us. I'm confident that Benteke is in there and can get amongst it at your centre backs. The back four's been decent of late. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Gonzo?
Yeah, I just think we'll win. I just think we'll win now. I'm not saying that I would wind him up anyway, but I'm not just saying that to wind him up. I just, I'm really pleased those players aren't playing. I think if we start at pace, I mean, I do think it's key what's happening with Vieira. I mean, do we know what's happening there? Because it didn't impact Arsenal massively today. Arsenal played very, very well, albeit they lost the game. And whoever was taking Arteta's place sort of plotted a course through the game quite well. But it's still a little bit different. He's a fledgling manager, isn't he? So Vieira not being there, particularly with young players as well. I don't know. Mind you, there's not that many young players on the pitch, is there? I guess a lot of of old timers.
Marcus will know more than me, but Vieira doesn't come across as the most animated manager on the touchline, though. Whenever I see them, he always seems relatively composed, especially in comparison to Arteta, who just bounces around for 90 minutes and Klopp, who just screams at officials non-stop and stuff. But it does make a big difference. It made a big difference to West Ham. We went on a massive winning streak, scoring 4 goals a game and keeping clean sheets when David Moyes was out with COVID. People in the live chat, get your thoughts in. It could be about the West Ham team, the Crystal Palace team, how you see the game going as well. Get into the live chat. We'll have a little look at what you guys are saying as well. Marcus, what's your favourite crisp? Pringles,
those three,
salt and vinegar chipsticks, or Frazzles?
Of those three, well, I'd never go for Pringles. I'm going to have to go for salt and vinegar chipsticks, I think. But yeah, thanks, James. It's a nice question, but yeah.
Are
Pringles a crisp though?
No, not for me.
Come on, he knows. He knows. He knows.
All the MSG.
I haven't
it's a formulated potato snack.
This is what I'm talking about. It's my friend.
Now you're a friend.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a long time. We've not prepped him for this. I've not prepped him for this.
Well, Declan Rice thinks it's a crisp, so Declan Rice has the final say on everything. Kevin says, I think Diop's always got an error in him. He's too casual. Dangerous Sword thinks that Pringles are a crisp.
No, he thinks Pringles. He says Pringles are crap.
Crap.
I thought you said. Sorry. I thought you said crisp.
I'll make him right. Crisp. I'm glad you pulled his post up.
Well, Steve said they are crisp. It was settled in court. So.
Ooh. Oh well. I don't. Not in this.
Toby says Mitchell against Bourne will be a top battle today. Looking forward to Ben Rama getting at Joe Ward.
Yeah,
I bigged your boy Mitchell up in the preview.
I did hear it. I heard it. Yeah, on the drive over. I was tuning in. Yeah, and it's true. He's been very good for this season. But it'll be it's Ben Rama against Ward is certainly one to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm feeling more confident when the lineups come out. I was a bit wary in the preview and stuff because you expect Zaha to be back, and there was a little bit of a question mark over Gallagher. While suspicions was he missed Norwich because of COVID, it was never confirmed. And I'm a bit reluctant.
It was suspended. It was suspended, wasn't it?
Gallagher was missing Norwich game, but it was a bit unsure. What are you laughing at, Gonzo?
Just at the Pringles stuff, how it comes. Somebody said Pringles taste about 5 years old. It's just funny. It's funny, makes me laugh.
I've never tasted a 5-year-old. Have you?
Oh, leave it out, Geo. You can't say that.
It's a family show.
It is a family show. Oh my words. Oh my words. Moving swiftly on.
There's something in that little black book that the FBI's got from Mrs. Maxwell, though. That would be a few bums.
Don't! No, you're getting all current. You're getting all current now, mate.
Anyway, right. What I was saying was that I think when I've seen the Palace team, my confidence has gone up a little bit, but I'm still a little bit reluctant to buy into the win over Watford. I'm still a bit cautious that Watford were just terrible. However, with about 2 minutes to go, it's currently Watford 0, Tottenham 0. So there's a handful of minutes left at Vicarage Road, and they're currently 0-0 against Tottenham. So maybe I'm being a bit harsh on West Ham and almost downplaying that win because they're holding Spurs. But then saying that, 10 men Southampton held out Tottenham during the week as well. So maybe Tottenham are just crap.
They probably are usually.
We'll go with that one as well. Anyway, let's see what the live chat are saying as well. What are you laughing at? What have you seen now?
James Gunn. We all follow the maze.
Click
snaps.
on it.
My arms are quite short and we're far away from the screen.
Irish Tommy says 2-1 West Ham. Leo says, even though we can never find an answer to whether Pringles are crisp or not, we can decide whoever wins this game is best London club because we are the only London team to win in the new year.
This is true.
True.
You know what? Are we lumping Watford in as a London team? I know they're not, and they're outside the M25. But I think we can class it as, even if Tottenham draw against Watford, I think we can say that Tottenham lost a London derby.
Okay.
I don't know why they never confirmed the COVID cases at the club.
It's like medical. Isn't it? It's confidential. It's still like a medical thing at the end of the day, isn't it? Perhaps a player don't want people to know that he's got COVID and stuff.
8 minutes extra time at Watford. Sorry, 8 minutes extra time at Watford.
Wow.
There has been, just so you know, I wasn't going to mention this because I don't want to it's not really the time and place.
Okay.
There was an emergency in the crowd at Watford. I don't know, 10 minutes ago or something like that. There was an emergency in the crowd, so that's why play stopped so that a fan could get seen to as well. So hopefully the fans are okay. I don't know. Right. I've been doing this, but I know that the game was stopped because of that. So fingers crossed everything's okay over there. Matt says no Zaha, no Gallagher. 3-1 West Ham. Lincoln says Happy New Year. Come on, West Ham. Christopher says 5-1. Antonio with the brace. Rice, Ben Ram, and Vlasic to score. Mark says 5-1 West Ham because Zaha and Gallagher. You've gone from Zaha FC to Zaha and Gallagher FC. One man team to two man team.
2-man team. There we go. Brilliant. Yeah, that's progress.
You're getting there.
Absolutely. I like the skips. I like this. Sorry, I'm going to try and.
Oh, not again. I've seen that, but
no, they're revolting.
That's actually it's funny because it's actually Steve has actually said skips are revolting.
Oh yeah, quite right,
well.
Steve. I totally agree with you.
If you're going to achieve it, right? Let's say you make this horrible thing, right? This thing that turns to mush the moment moisture touches it, right? You make this horrible thing, and you say, "What flavour are we gonna make this? What flavour of all the wonderful flavours and all wonderful foods in the world? Let's go with prawn." Not for me.
It tastes nice. Anyway, Jamie says, "I think Souček's found form. Bourne's on fire, and Rice is going to boss it today." Tom, it's a good comment. This one. Tom says, "I hope we're out of our slump. Today will tell." Is that fair, Gonzo?
Yeah. No, I absolutely one swallow doesn't make a summer, and all of that sort of malarkey. And we played well against an unfit Watford team, albeit an unfit Watford team was still too fit for Tottenham. But we were in a bit of a slump. And I'd agree with that. What Gareth's saying there, tough game today. It is going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. We have a bit of banter and a laugh now, but they'll be really, really hard to break down. And they've got some pace in the team. They can bring pace off the bench. It's one thing that always worries me, teams against West Ham.
Obviously, a Palace fan in live chat, more than welcome. Rob says, we beat Norwich comfortably without Zaha and Gallagher, plus Benteke is considerably better than Mateta. You nodding, Marcus? Are we giving you a hard time on here?
No, not at all. I just think, I totally agree with Rob there. I think Benteke's got more about him than Mateta. So, hope he can get amongst it with your centre-backs today.
Celtic Hammer says 3-2 win. Moish wear a t-shirt of Roy Keane's angry face. And another Celtic fan, Scottish Baller, says Edward to score. West Ham to win 4-1. Always love ex-Celtic players, but got to back West Ham.
What about service? What about service?
Service to who?
Benteke. Crosses.
I mean, I can put them in. On the other side, Edward, you can also cross. So we need good service to Benteke. Let's wait and see, shall we? Well, of course, we're going to miss Gallagher and Zaha. They're the two big misses today.
That's the key. It's the wide service. It's the he's played up to his feet. I'm not so bothered. I'm really not so bothered about it. But in the air, he might make a battle. There's not too many people that causes bother in the air. But Diop needs a good game today. You're
just being careful because when we did this, we did a preview.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Joel Ward, aren't you?
You mugged Joel Ward off massively. Said he was crap or whatever. Anyway, he ran down the right, swung it in, and Benteke scored.
Yeah, look, this is true, and everyone said, you said that, but I also said that game, Benteke was going to score. No one said, you got that right. Everyone said, you were wrong about Ward, but you're absolutely right. I actually said he's not the type of fullback that's going to overlap the winger, run down and cross the ball over for an assist.
Was that the one that Haller did the overhead kick?
Yeah.
It was just the fact it was so specific that
I was really specific.
Joe Ward doesn't do. Joe Ward went on the exact thing to get the assist for the goal as well. That was brilliant. It was the first goal.
Hold on. Oh, he's gone. Hold on. Here we go. Let's have it up.
Lower expectations, Marcus. Have a good laugh.
Okay, that's Marcus's brother, Ed. Happy New Year, Ed.
Scarborough says Rice to score from 30 yards. That goal is coming. It's a lot of averages, isn't it? Eventually, one of them's going to ping in from that distance when he keeps hitting them as well. Chucky and Hammer says 2-1 West Ham. Matt says when will Vlasic get a start? He did well against Watford. Well, the next game essentially. There's no Ben Ram at the next game. I think Moyes knows that, so I think he's played quite well. To be honest with you, I understand why he's not gone with it. Apparently, Tottenham have just scored, which is a bit frustrating.
Oh, they've ruined it.
Who scored for Spurs?
The 96th minute they've scored. Anyway.
Oh. Not nice. Not nice.
Eagle Eye Nate says, going to be a very tough game with Milo gifting West Ham possession, but with the injuries we have at the back, there's a good chance to have a go at West Ham. Is Milo not being very good, Marcus?
Well, he's just not very mobile. I just think against your midfield, we're going to struggle. He wouldn't be in my starting 11.
What's happened to him? He used to be like a pretty good defensive midfielder in Premier League, if you like. He seems to have just dropped off a cliff since Hodgson left.
Sure, I think he was always sort of flattered by the amount of penalties that Zaha won, and he probably scored like 11 goals a season because Zaha would always win the penalties. But I think it's sort of flattered to deceive. Essentially, he's not that mobile. He's pretty ponderous. Hughes needs to have a good game today to keep get amongst Rice.
Gonzo, your biggest fans in the chat.
Happy New Year, Gonzo's biggest fan. Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. But
do you know who they are?
I've got a clue. I've got clearly somebody with impeccable taste.
He doesn't like skips.
I bet he doesn't like skips. No.
I'm about to say someone that's got a real vendetta against crisps.
Absolutely, and all the best people do.
And going off topic a little bit, but we don't mind that on this channel. Paul says, "What's your thoughts on the Man City pen?"
I didn't see it, Paul, but I watched the fallout afterwards because it was on the telly, but I was pulling the Christmas tree down at the time because I'm ruthless like that. That's it, right? Christmas over, it's done.
I did Unboxing Day.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone bleating and moaning. I mean, and particularly focus. It happens to any of these big clubs. Look at us. We get done all the time with VAR stuff. And not just us. I was watching it thinking, I was listening to, what's his name, Jake Humphreys and Rio Ferdinand going on about how unjust it all is. And I was thinking, I bet there are West Ham fans, I bet there are Burnley fans and Crystal Palace fans, whatever, watching this. I'm thinking, hold on a second. This happens to us every single week. And there's not all these crocodile tears about it. I'm sick of it, really. And look, VAR's a bit crap at the moment. There's no doubt about that. But let's get some perspective here. It happens. There are other clubs in the Premier League, aside from these big ones, that all the focus is on.
Yeah, I thought it was a penalty for Man City, to be honest with you. I didn't even understand that. There was two fouls. Xhaka makes contact with him on the knee, and then he's holding his shirt at the same time. And I don't know. I don't understand what they're complaining about. I guess what they're trying to complain about is a lack of penalty for Odegaard when Ederson went flying into him. I don't think it was enough to overturn. I think the VAR would stick with whatever the referee. If the ref gave a pen, I think they would say, yeah, pen, because he did it. I think they said no pen. My issue is, would that same treatment be handed out if it was down the other end of the pitch and it was actually Sterling that knocked it away and Ramsdale took him down? Would that have been given as a penalty? And that's where my lack of faith comes in, if you like. And it's a shame because VAR's done really well this season. I'm speaking as if it's a player, haven't I? But the concept of VAR was great for the first 3 months off the back of the Euros. We saw it using the Euros fantastically well. We've sort of carried on using it like they have. But the last month or so, it just seems to have gone a little bit tits up. It's hard to then not sort of feed into this conspiracy theories that there is protection or favoritism given out to some of the clubs in the Premier League when you see decisions like that and you see controversy. It was 10 minutes in. That Arsenal penalty thing was 10 minutes in. First game of 2022, 10 minutes in, we've already got controversy in the back of the league with the Premier League. 10 minutes into the first game of the year. I thought, here we go again. And it's a shame because the talking point shouldn't be what VAR did or didn't. It should be the fact that actually Arsenal played some good football today. We're just a little bit unlucky because Gabriel was a nutter and got sent off for being stupid, essentially. But anyway.
And what I thought is as well, as what's not stopped is often encouraged, as I often say with referees. And clearly it was so bad. I thought the Arsenal fans at one point were quite close to invading the pitch. I really did. I thought such was their sense of injustice. Now, don't get me wrong. They're a funny bunch, the Arsenal fans, and they do have a bit of a carry on. But I do think at some point, some of the officials have got to start taking a bit of responsibility for not managing the game or the situations properly. Because everyone would have been up in there, throwing their arms up in the air if that had happened. But, you know, I think the officiating, the VAR and all the rest of it's a bit culpable sometimes. There's been a few times I've been in a stadium and things have got a little bit feisty when it's pretty much down to the VAR and what's happening on the screen, what's not happening on the screen, the way it's managed. I think they need to watch that quite closely and get things right a lot more often.
I thought the referee had a good game at the Ulster game today. Anyway, back to the live chat. Nate says Tompkins off the bench on the 90th minute winner. Wouldn't happen, but I give my neighbour give his neighbour the hump. It's a massive West Ham fan. Hope it's a good game. I can't wait for Millwall. Have you got Millwall in the cup? You do, don't you?
Yes. Couldn't tell you when, but soon.
It'll be
soon. Yeah, it'll be midweek on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
no, that is a derby. What's that?
Yes.
3 or 4 stops on a train? Nothing, isn't it?
Not far.
Ashley says, I think Declan will sit back a bit for Souček get forward today. Is that important today, Gonzo? That's starting 11. Is that the most important thing to some extent? The roles of Souček and Rice, given the success of Souček against Watford?
Absolutely. Rice can produce the unexpected, okay? He can dribble past 2 or 3 players and find himself in a position which can upset a tactical plan, right? It really can. He's particularly when he goes down that left, and he can do some unexpected stuff. Souček can do expected stuff, but there's nothing people can do about it. And that's why you need to allow him to get into those situations. You need to allow him to get in the box, because actually it doesn't really matter how good or bad the Crystal Palace centre-backs are. There's nothing they can really do if Souček is allowed to get in those situations and we provide a good delivery. It's then just down to how good the goalkeeper is, really. And I think it's really important we allow him to get into those situations where he can dominate the defenders, which in turn, Rice is a better player, right? Rice is a better player. But if you were to ask centre-backs at the end of the game who's probably concerned them most, they would say Souček. And if Souček is up there and he's distracting the centre-backs and they're giving him their attention, then that's space for Bowen and that's space for Antonio, and it can cause a little bit of mayhem. So, yeah, for me, in this particular game, let's have a liberated Souček. Free the shackled one, is what I would say.
In the live chat now, get your score predictions. Get your score predictions into the live chat. Marcus, the West Ham team is kind of on your screen right now. Which player do you fear the most from West Ham? Where do you think the danger's coming from?
Well, I mean, Rice for me is the guy. He's as I said before, he's your quarterback. I think he'll be pulling the strings in midfield. He's the one, who can dictate the sort of pace of the game. We're aware of Antonio. Bowen's in fine form, but for me, we've got to get the shackles on Rice today to really kind of stop his prowess and ability to spread the ball and dominate the game.
Gonzo, any final words?
Well, just another big performance from Bowen today, please. Someone we haven't really spoken about, and somebody who can have a massive impact on this game. Don't be surprised to see him nick the ball away from Butland and win a penalty, because he seems to be doing a bit of that recently as well. So it can have a big impact on the game today. I think it's also quite a big game for Ben Rama, who's going to disappear for quite a while. And Vieira, funny enough, was saying in the week, people need to have more respect for the African Cup of Nations. And I think, well, it's a hard one. It's a hard one when you're a fan of a club, to be fair, with that, because people are used to tournaments happening in the summer. When it happens in the middle of the season, that's why people get worried, because they lose their players and players can get injured. So I think it's a big one for Ben Rama before he goes away, for him personally, to score a wonder goal or to score something that stays long in the memory, because it's not everyone is not everyone is Zaha, for instance. So, and I mean,
thank goodness.
No, not him. I mean the Liverpool one.
Salah.
That one. Sorry, I mean Salah. Not everyone's Salah. Not everyone's going to go off to the African Cup of Nations and come back and get their place back. So it may well be that Ben Rama leaves as a first team player and comes back. And if Vlasic has a really good month, or we sign somebody, then so I think it's a big game for Ben Rama today.
James said he'd be very surprised if Bowen didn't nick the ball off Butland because he's not playing.
Well spotted.
Is he not?
He switched to goalkeepers again.
Greater.
I thought I saw him on the screen.
On the bench.
Yeah, on the bench.
Right. Oh, sorry, big one.
I'll just add, I disagree with you about the African Nations thing. I agree with Patrick Vieira completely. When you buy a player from someone that represents an African country, you know exactly what's going to happen, which is he's going to disappear a little bit. And I often think that's taken into account in regards to his transfer market value sometimes. I think sometimes you might get a player a little bit cheaper than compared to a European player. Or
that's not really what he was saying, though. I agree with that. That's not really what he was saying. He was telling people to like the African Cup of Nations, which I think is a different thing entirely. I think actually it's a bit of a hindrance because in the middle of the season, the thing is they did move it. They did move it to the summer months. They said they were going to move it. and they've moved it back again, which I think is the thing. And it's I think, you know, if they had it in the summer, then it's less of an issue, really. So
it's too hot. It's too hot to have it in the summer. That's why it's in January, just so that the conditions out there is suitable for a match. If we don't then complain if Ben Rama had to go over there and play in a ridiculous temperature tournament in a short space of time and come back injured because he's been playing in conditions not really suited for football, kind of thing. I agree with the thing. I've seen some people saying, and obviously Dennis of Watford's now caused another outrage because Watford are refusing to release him to go and play for Nigeria, and Nigeria is piping up and stuff, and there's all this. It's almost like football politics, if you like, and yeah.
I think every 2 years doesn't help. I mean, there's being a different time in the calendar and twice as frequent as the other tournaments. I think it's bound to cause issues there. So anyway, I mean, West Ham aren't overly impacted by it. I mean, you look at Liverpool. I look at Liverpool and I think, well, Liverpool can't win the league in an African Nations Cup year. They just can't. So, and that, you're right, that is their fault for buying those players, but they can't not buy those players because Salah's the best player in the league. But West Ham aren't overly impacted by it. But it's important for Ben Rama, really important today.
Marcus, any final words from yourself?
Well, I'm still reeling from the news, Gonzo, or Geo rather. You took your Christmas tree down on Boxing Day, so I'm just going to be.
It's lucky bloody stayed up that long, to be honest.
Really?
With you.
Oh, he's bar humbug. Oh, he's bar humbug. He doesn't like Christmas. He's the Grinch.
Oh, dear.
Grinchy Geo.
There we go.
I am. Confirmed. I am to Christmas to what Gonzo is to Pringles, essentially.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't even believe Christmas is a crisp. Does he not?
No. I've got a little bit more confidence. What I will say, what I am nervous about is the bench, actually. I think the bench for Crystal Palace is stronger than West Ham. I think they've actually got better options on there. They need to shore the game up with that. They've got players like James Tompkins on there. They need to go get a goal. They've got Elise and Eze on there. How fit Eze in particular will be remains to be seen. But even if he can only come on for 20 minutes, it's still 20 minutes of a player that has the ability to change the game. But not only that, he's got the bravery as well. I think Ben Rama's got the ability to change the game, but I think Eze is a little bit more brave than what Ben Rama is. He's more likely to run up to Soufal and say, right, I'm going to skin you, and then I'm going to try something else, take on 2-3 players. You often see that with Saeed. So feeling optimistic, but a little bit cautious regards to the bench. Marcus, as a guest, can I get your score prediction, please?
Well, I'll stick with what I said in your video earlier this morning. So I'll go for 2-1 at Crystal Palace.
Gonzo?
That was almost tumbleweed. It wasn't just silence. It was very good. 3-0 West Ham.
Oh, come on, where's that come from? You said you went for a Desmond in the preview. You said 2-2.
I did go for an Archbishop, but no, I've seen it. I've seen the team. Marcus is sat next to me. It seems like the right thing to do. 3-0 West Ham.
I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham for reasons explained. Now, before we disappear, the video's not going anywhere. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've got Charlie coming up, who's also got his own special guest. Oh, we can't see him. There we go.
I thought you've got Marcus. I've got my friend Danny.
I like him.
He's not a Crystal Palace fan. He's a West Ham fan. Don't Google it. They might tell you different, but he is a West Ham fan.
I like his
what's that? Oh, he says we're massive. He says we're massive. That's good. So he's. I thought, if Marcus is here, not quite the same quality of human being, of course. Marcus obviously trumps Danny every single time. But it was necessary. I felt like it was necessary.
Danny's got more hair.
Yes,
why, Charlie? Why? Well, it's nice. It's nice.
Yes.
Why do you have a Danny DeVito cutout?
It's a valid question.
I think so.
There's no answer.
Why don't you?
Equally valid question.
Because I never found one, bought one, ordered one. Nobody gave it to me as a practical joke. I don't know. I've got no information from you, Charlie.
The honest answer is I bought this for my girlfriend for Christmas. So
you old romantic, you. You are lovely. I bet it's one of those things. Like, have you ever seen the thing where somebody wraps up an ironing board? You can tell what it is from the shape. Yes. I bet when you wrap that up and put the bow on it, it's a Danny DeVito cutout.
Well,
I thought it was an ironing board.
How was
Comes in a big.
it?
To be fair, it comes in a big square box, so you can't really tell. It doesn't come wrapped like in a Danny DeVito shape. If you see what I'm saying, it comes like folded up in like stuff.
How was it received? How was the gift received?
Very well. The first thing we did is we put it in the window, so people passing by would just see Danny DeVito stuff. We've had a good time with Danny DeVito. Listen, he said the one problem is it's a bit. So she wakes up
Weird.
like these two people will know, but you might not, Marcus. I have a terrible sleeping pattern, so I don't wake up first ever. She's always the person who wakes up first, and so she'll come into the living room or whatever, and there'll just be Danny DeVito stood there, and she says she does find it quite creepy. That's the only negative aspect. Apart from that, he is one of
it's not creepy at all. No, it's perfectly normal.
You probably could have captured a better facial expression. I feel, a different pose.
That same thing. He does look quite. He's just sort of walking somewhere. He's just. I thought he's just sort of having a wander.
Crocs. He's got Crocs.
Yeah, he's not most. Where is it? He's not the most fashion forward, is our Danny. But yeah, no, he's just having a little wander, having a little think about life. No, but it is what it is. He's here now, and he's here to stay.
I like it.
The Christmas tree is gone, and Danny is in. You know what I mean? Hashtag Danny in. That's the transfer I've made in my household.
It's made me try and consider which former 90s film star cardboard cutout I might want. I'm going to give it some thought.
You should get Arnie, then we could do like a twins thing.
We could do a twins thing, couldn't we?
We could do a twins preview. We could just put them on camera, and then we could stand off. You could do an Arnie impression. I'll do a Danny impression.
Oh, just the T1000.
I can't do a Danny. I should have encouraged this. I shouldn't have encouraged this. I can't do that. But yeah, anyway.
Anyway, kick off.
Stop! Oh,
yeah, quite. The show's gone downhill. The show's gone downhill massively. The kickoff is just 90 minutes away. Don't go anywhere because myself, Marcus, and Gonzo can disappear. Charlie's going to remain here to do the watch along, and then we'll be back at full time with the review. Catch you in a bit.
Thank you, Geo. Thank you, Gonzo. And thank you, most importantly, Marcus. And thank you as well to Stuart Morris Accountants, your accounting professionals. They are based in Ilford, West Ham fan ran. That's why they make all of this possible. And to be honest with you, look, January sales are coming up. Christmas has just gone. Money is always one of those things where you need to deep sit. And why not just get someone else to do it for you? You don't need to do the maths. You don't need to do the maths when they can do it for you. Stuart Morris Accountants. Make sure to check them out. Thank you very much for sponsoring us. And thank you very much for joining us, everyone. How are we all? I've done something to my thumb. Ignore that. How are we all? I hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. Why didn't you get a Stuart Morris account? I don't know if they exist. I don't know if they exist. I'll have to get in touch with them and ask, because I am redoing some of the graphics and the thing that comes up in between. So I could feasibly do this. I'll have to ask. Bonjour, good to see you. GBF, good to see you. Hope you're well, and hope everyone else is well. Let's start off strongly. We are about 27 and a bit minutes away from kickoff, so let's go with confidence levels on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? Similarly, if you're a Palace fan in the chat, welcome. Good to see you. Subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. But you're more than welcome to stick around and hang out. We'd love to know your opinions on the matter. How confident are you of a Palace result? But just make sure to tell me that you're Palace, so I know. So I don't go, oh, he's 7 out of 10 confident for West Ham. But you're, do you know what I mean? But while we're here, let's have a little discussion on the teams, shall we? Let's pull those up just so we can have a gander. I need to test this part because, again, I didn't test it beforehand. Oh, it's only gone and works. West Ham lineup as such. Fabianski in goal. Kufal, Dawson, Diop and Johnson in defence. Johnson playing left back, of course. Rice comes back in after his suspension with Thomas Souček. Lanzini, Benrahma and Bowen are just behind Mikhail Antonio. The bench being Areola, Elisi, Fredericks, Masuaku, Noble, Krau, Okaflex, Vlasic, and Andre Yarmolenko. Crystal Palace, however, line up as such. They do that thing where you have to click on a link and it comes up. So I'm going to open it like this, but we've got a backup thing. Don't worry. Gay Tango, Ward, Gear, I can never pronounce. Anson Mitchell, Milivojevic, Hughes, Jeffrey Schlupp. Everyone applaud, please, for Jeffrey Schlupp. Jordan Ayew, Christian Benteke, and Edouard up front. Front three, it looks like. Very attacking. Love that. Butland, Matthews, Tompkins, Kelly, Rydveld, Eze, Elisi, and Mateta on the bench. A decent bench, lots of attacking players alongside James Tompkins, of course. If you're wondering how that looks like on the pitch, that's probably how Crystal Palace, Patrick Vieira's side, are going to line up. So there you go. There you go. So what are your vibes? What are the numbers? Let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these scores, shall we? But before we do that, hello to you, Rubik, as well. We can all miss letters out. We can all miss letters out. Right, let's have a little look. I've just eaten my last sausage roll. Elbow. Good, because it means you've eaten all the sausage rolls, which is obviously the correct play. But eating the last one does sound like a sad time. I am sorry. Picking Antonio to have a good game today. Anyone else got him as captain? Asked Jenny about Bowen. Mate, I think he's doing bits right now. 3 assists in his last 2 games. It's big plays. It's big plays. Leon, good to see you. Hope the felons are treating you well. Saying 7. 8 head heart 100 says 40. Flipping heck. Big. Bloody big. Nate's just gone huge out the gate. New year. New Nate. 10. Love that. Pardon me. Love that. 8. 7. I'm a West Ham fan. Don't worry. I'm aware, Alan. Good to see you. Hope you're well. 7. No. 7's quite confident for you. 7's quite confident for you. There's like some element of doubt in there. Not a lot, but you know. Let's have a gander. Actually make it more of a 6.75. I love the accuracy. 6 West Ham. Burnt is saying a 7.5. Come on. 6, 8. Respect the points, says Ray. 8. My trustworthy friend Judas is here. Good to see you, Judas. I hope you're well. What are we going for? A 7.4 says GBF. Wally is a 10+1. Love that. Making me do maths as a former accountant. I can deal with that. Chuck is here. Chuck, good to see you. I hope you're well. You're hitting an 8. Probably should do it with that hand for today just because that looks so stupid, but there we go. 7, 5, 6.9. Those are the 2 you changed. 8, 69 out of 10 always. Come on, Dan. Come on. Let's go. Give me your financial advice on Palace versus West Ham. Watch it illegally and don't bet on it. That way you save the most amount of money guaranteed. I can't advise one of those. But from a financial perspective, that is the smart move. 8. Luke's here. Luke, good to see you. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well. GP's coming through with a strong 10. Strong 10 from GP. 7, 4, 7. That is disturbing. I don't know what you mean. I'm gonna have to move it slightly. Just to hang out. CB's brother Frankie yesterday said he was looking like he was watching the door for me, which is good because I need it. Do you know what I mean? And Wally has, of course, said hello to Danny as well, which is important. IMO. When we're looking at it, I'm saying probably an 8. Those teams, it's worked out mostly for us. If we're being honest about it, it has worked. It has in the trash, mate. Shout out. Sorry. When you're looking at it, Chuck, I'll have an update on the Baby Bell situation very shortly. Don't you worry about that. When you're looking at those 2 teams, to be honest with you, it's giving me a bit more confidence. Like we're lining up in the way I would expect us to. I would have preferred to see Vlasic in there for probably either Lanzini or Benrahma. I don't know which, but I would have had Vlasic in there. But outside of that, that's practically the strongest lineup I think West Ham could start with today. But when you look at Crystal Palace, you're obviously saying no Zaha, no Gallagher. These are important misses. These are very important misses. These aren't common or garden people just missing. These are big name players, probably their best players. Zaha, we can talk about, but Conor Gallagher, I think like up there with their best players, right? Their best 3 players are probably Zaha, Gallagher, and Edouard, in my opinion. So for 2 of them to be missing, that's given me a lot of confidence. They obviously gave us a good game last time, and I'm loving seeing Patrick Vieira just in the Premier League again. That's just a grand old time. But so when you're saying confidence levels, that has given me a lot. I'm probably going to have to go 8. Can't tell yet, but we'll see. Me and the missus just polished off a Domino's ready for kickoff. She loves you. Mate, first of all, big play with the Domino's. What did you get? Second of all, good to see you, Mrs. Woody. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. I don't believe Alan, but I'll take it regardless. Mainly because I'm probably on a screen too much. Rebecca's just hinting that the videos will be back, and when it does, it'll be like the end of Star Wars when all the Ewoks start singing and dancing and celebrating. It's going to be a madness. It's going to be a madness. If you haven't subscribed to the forum channel already, make sure you do so, because you've got to keep your eyes out, hit the bell icon, all that stuff. We are now just over 10 minutes away from kickoff. Let's go with a cheeky. Let's go with sub bingo, shall we? Let's go with sub bingo. So this is, of course, the game where we decide when David Moyes will make his first substitution. I'll put the subs back on screen in case you don't know them. You just have to tell me the minute. That's the only one that counts, and it's on a system for now. You may come up with a system where it's no longer on a system. Someone is working on it. Someone significantly smarter than I is working on it. But for now, it's on a system. What minute do you think David Moyes will make his first substitution? I will go 69 as per usual, and I will think... I'm vibing Vlasic coming on. I'm vibing Vlasic on for Ben Rama. 69 minutes, Vlasic for Ben Rama. What are you lot saying? Clips is here. My G, good to see you. Lovely cushion tenor from Danny. Mate, he's here to... He would be the guy to finish it. Let's be real about it. This is a guy who finishes the job. I am merely the pawn who sets it up. This guy, my G, he's the one who sorts it out. I almost pushed it over there. Just stand. I should also say as well, by the way, if you're looking for a link for today's game, of course, I can't show you on the screen because YouTube and the Premier League will come and murder me in my sleep, and probably Danny as well, and I don't want that. But there are ways to do it. If you take a little scroll down and you have a little gander in the description below, you'll see a thing that says join our Discord. It's completely free to join. Lovely West Ham Hammers chat community. Of course, fans of all clubs are welcome. But more importantly, on the left-hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links. You click on it, you'll probably find what you're looking for. There are other places to find it, of course. I want to know what Charlie has behind his camera as Danny looks unsure. It's just a wall, mate. I can't lie to you. It's nothing exciting. It's just a wall. It's just a nice wall. Yeah, but he's just keeping an eye. It's where spiders tend to live, which for me is very stressed. So he's good just keeping an eye out. Ray's here. Good to see you, Ray. Hope you're well. Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year. Big dubs coming in for Arsenal this year. I feel like just building momentum. If you want to look for a cool Arsenal channel, check out Arsenal Fan Circle. Ray's a good dude. Mandy's saying, I don't recognize their backline. Do they have problems there? Not really. I mean, a little bit. They've changed up a little bit. For the most part, that's probably their strongest backline, you'd imagine. It's just one of those things where it is what it is. Palace Haunter is here. We sprayed the whole away ahead with anti-hooligan spray. Come on, Palace for the win. Haunter, good to see you. Hope you're well. Today's the one day I won't give you any sort of respect, but yeah. Mulch, I've got that Danny DeVito under my bed. Mulch, I'm sorry. That's a terrifying prospect. Mulch did the graphic, by the way, that just popped up, the links graphic. That was Mulch. So shout out to Mulch. And subscribe for good Rocket League videos. I'm sorry, Mulch. That's a terrifying thing to have just under your bed. I love it. I respect it. And Haz says, best West Ham fan channel. Happy New Year, everyone here. Great 2022. Let's go. I need to do it with that hand. I need to remember. Let's go. Good to see you, Haz. So, not done this in a while. Sub bingo, 67th minute, 72, 75, 75, 70. Benny off for Vlasic. I think that one just makes sense, right? 64th. Jay is here. Jay, good to see you watching in isolation. I hope you're all right, mate. Hope you're if it's a enforced isolation, and I hope you're okay. I hope you're feeling all right. Because they suck. My mum's just been from them. They suck. How this watch along isn't sponsored by Baby Bills. Be on me. Look, mate, I haven't reached out to them. I'll see what I can do. I'll reach out, see what they say. But we do have an update on that situation soon. Once the game starts, we'll start talking about it. 72, 68, 72, 73, 59, 45. Ooh. 78th minute. Edouard could be the dangerous one. I agree with that, Fred. He's scary. It's scary. Vlasic for Saeed at 50 is what I would say. 75. Palace have to win. Spam cannot, says Haunter, living up to his ghostly nature. Ashley's coming in big with an early 11-minute substitution, which would scare me. I hate when people say it. It freaks me out. GP's coming through with 67. Apache, I managed to see if the walking, talking Danny DeVito joined the stream. I'm not going to lie. I tweeted a picture of me and him yesterday, and I did at Danny DeVito. I did tag him just in the hope he would like the picture. I didn't think he would, but imagine the scenes if he did. I would have lost it. I've already got John Cena follow me. It would have been, if I had John Cena and Danny DeVito's tacit approval, then I don't know what else I need in life. 73rd minute. Fastest for Benny 55. Charlie, is your dad watching you? No, Jamie, no. Danny is my dad now. No, and he's not even looking at me, is he? He's looking somewhere over there. What we got? 96th. Sorry, very late and probably accurate if we're being honest. 10 Areola for Fab. Stress, Garzi. Stress. 65 minutes. Johnson on. Johnson off for Masuaku even. 88th minute. Okaflex as Lassie again. I doubt we'll see it, but I'd love the idea. Let's have a look. I'm going to have to stop going on. It's up in the 96th minute and 12 seconds. 62nd minute flashes for Ben Rama. A wall, Charlie. There's a posh fireplace. What, bro? No, it's not. It's a wall, bro. It's a wall, bruv. Don't you look silly. Don't you look silly, he said. Hang on. Sitting next to a car of Danny DeVito. Don't you look silly. It's a wall, bruv. I may have to move Danny up during the match. I've just realised. Let's have a go. More opportunities from set pieces. I mean, that's the hope. We need to get back to our set piece blapping things, but it's just not happening at the moment. It's just not happening. Danny DeVito's life, just not for Christmas. Thank you very much, M. Collingwood. It's a very important message. I think we will need to be remembering at this time of the year. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff, just under 5 minutes away from kickoff. So if you're only here for the build-up portion of the show and you're going to watch the match in other ways, thank you very much for joining us. Remember, we do watch-alongs every single match day right here on this channel. I am here every single match day, unless work gets in the way, which is only done once since we started doing these over a season ago. Then there is a watch along every single game on this channel. So make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any of them. And of course, like the video. If we get to 300 likes, then I don't have to eat coal. That is the goal. We did it last time somehow. We managed to do it. I'm shocked because we got there quicker than we ever really have done before. At halftime, we were at 250 almost, I think, or maybe over that. It was insane. So remember to like the video. 300 is the goal for every watch along from here on out. And we've hit it like 4 times in the past year and a half. So it's a big play if it happens. It's a big play. I think it's 5 times now, maybe, potentially. Who knows? But yeah, make sure, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff every single time. And once more, I should remind you that if you are looking for a way to watch the game and you are like, who's this idiot sitting next to Danny DeVito? Thank you for noticing, firstly. And secondly, there are ways you can watch stuff and find stuff. I won't put it too out there, but it just, all I'm saying is there's places on the left-hand side of the Discord where you can find that sort of stuff. Jazza is saying Charlie gets to play it. Now, Jazza, I should admit to you, if this is the same person, let me just check. It is. I didn't see it until after James's thing. And then me and James were talking after the show for a while. And then I noticed it. And I got it after a while of thinking. This is a difficult one, but it is. Actually, if anyone chat, I mean, you can Google it. But I'll give the chat a second to not Google it. It's Manuel da Costa, ladies and gentlemen. It's Manuel da Costa. It took me a while, though, Jay. I'm not going to lie to you. It did take me a significant amount of time. Cautiously Optimistic says, Sat, good to see you. Have Captain Bowen in the FPL. Don't backfire. It's a terrifying prospect, but I love the idea. It's like John Cena all over again. Look, but when it happens, we could talk about this. But when it happens, imagine it. Like, think about it. Just deeps it for a second. Imagine getting a like off Danny DeVito or a follow. Look, I'll take a follow, but yeah. Mighty Don't See You, Chaz. No other skeptic. Listen. I don't think he'll sue. I think he's good. I think he's all right. I think he'll enjoy the stupidity of the situation, the incredible stupidity of the situation. Thank you. It took me a while, though. It did take me a while. We're just over a minute away from kickoff. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Remember, we'll be live throughout the entire game. Then at halftime, I think Geo will probably be joining us for a cheeky little halftime talk where you can listen to someone who actually knows what they're talking about, talk about the game as opposed to my stupidity. And then, of course, all of the second half until full time, where we'll be live for just a little bit of time, just about 5 minutes or so, while Geo Gonzo get prepped for their live review, which obviously is something you should definitely check out. But that will be, of course, on the channel. I will spam the link in the chat so you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do a single thing. we make it as easy as possible for you. We make it as easy as possible for you here on the Hammers Chat Match Day. Kieran's here. Good to see you, Kieran. 3:30 a.m. Mad. I love the way, by the way, I think I've never told you this, but the way you say CW every time I click on a stream, just it fills me with joy. I don't know why it does, but it just does. I hear you got CW, and I'm like, yes. Titch is here. If you haven't subscribed to Hammers Fans United already, go do so. Titch, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope everything is calm with you. Duracell Plus says, can anyone tell me why Longello hasn't been seen on the pitch since his amazing man of match performance in Europe? I thought he was the answer to all our left back problems. Is he injured? No, he's just not preferred. I didn't think he was man of the match that day, but I thought he was very good. But yeah, it's purely it's nothing to do with injuries. It's just David Moyes isn't one to put in youth players. Look, how many times do we see youth players on the bench and then never come on? It's just the way it is. And to be honest with you, I think Johnson needs the game time more than I think Longello needs the game time to some extent. He's not going to get it at right back with the 18,000 right backs we have. So it's kind of important, but yeah, it's stress. So they're having a minute's silence currently. I believe for players and former players and people like that who have passed away during the last calendar year. We won't maintain it on here, but obviously we pay our respects to everyone. Betty White, of course, passed away literally yesterday, which was just an insane moment in life. But yeah, shout out on that. Meme Kid is here. Hello, ladies and germs. Good to see you, Meme Kid. Hope you're well. Likes are looking tasty. I'm trying. I'm trying. It is because of Danny, though. It is 100% because of Danny. Everyone needs to get strongly involved in that side of it. Strongly involved in that side of it. We're over 200 already. We're at 212, which is just unnecessarily large. Any final last predictions? Now's the time to get them in. And get them sorted. I am going for West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace 1. That's what I said on 2 Spanners 1 Hammer, which of course is the Hammers Chat Patreon exclusive podcast made just for you. If you haven't already, patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Link in the description below. Check it out. First day of the month, which means it's the best time to join. It's way too easy. You get charged when you join. You get charged at the beginning of the month. So if you do it now, you get the most bang for your buck possible. But on the 2 Spanners 1 Hammer podcast, which is a podcast you can come on, by the way, if you're a patron, let me know. We've got Chuck who's in the chat today on tomorrow. Chuck, I've seen your email. I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at it yet, but I've seen your email. I'll email you straight after this about it. You can come on if you want. Come get involved. But I said 2-1 in there, so I will stay 2-1 IRL. That's what I'm going with. I'm back in the beef. It's happening. Kickoff is about to happen on our screen, ladies and gentlemen. West Ham will be the team to get us underway. I will, of course, have the timer up in the corner to make sure you know just how far behind you I am, which will be to some extent, given the fact that's just the way technology works, unfortunately. West Ham to get us underway. It's West Ham United versus Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. In the Premier League, it's the first game of 2022. The players take the knee. Come on, here we go. Big plays. Manuel Lanzini to kick off. Oh. False start. I'd almost clicked on it, but false start because the players moved a little bit before Lanzini kicked it. Hang on. And now we're underway. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, you irons. Deploy the boys. Big plays. It's happening. Big dubs. Come on. Unless you're a Crystal Palace fan. Then unfortunately today I have to root against you, but you're welcome here regardless. You're welcome here. Like James, for example, you're more than welcome to be here. Adam's coming through with his 11 for the day. It's a Lord of the Rings Harry Potter mashup. We're talking Hagrid in goal, which makes sense. Big essence, big unit. You either want him as a target man in goal or a centre back. You got Sauron, Malfoy, Dumbledore, and Longbottom. Ooh, in defence. Okay, Sauron coming through with a marauding left back role, I would assume. You're talking in the middle of the park. Oh, Crystal Palace, early doors. Flipping heck have hit the post. They've hit the post. In the first minute of the game, they've hit the post. Side Ben Rumble wins the goal kick. But Jesus Christ, let's go back to this quickly. Well, let's have a look at the replay, just quickly. Ball's played down the line to hit Will Hughes, who plays it into the box. The header is an awkward header from Craig Dawson. How has that not gone in? The ball's played across from, I think, Jordan Ayew. And I'm not sure who their number 15 is. Is it Schlupp? Is it my boy Jeffrey Schlupp? I think it is my boy Jeffrey Schlupp. Swings his right foot at it first time. He doesn't hit it cleanly, and that's probably why it doesn't go in. But Jesus Christ, early doors. That's a terrifying prospect. In the middle, we're talking Frodo, Bilbo, Weasley, and Snape. Ooh, we've got a Frodo Bilbo connection going. Weasley and Snape, interesting. And then up front, Potter and Gandalf, obviously. The bench, Dobby, Gollum, Bombadil, and of course Voldemort. Dobby a bit injury prone, so that's probably why he's on the bench. That's a joke about the last Harry Potter. Glenn, my G, another absolute legend in the chat. Everyone, if you haven't subscribed to Glenn, both his Arsenal channel and his football channel, everything Arsenal and Glenn Kitely, everything football. If you haven't already, check him out. Glenn's a good dude. Did beat me in the prediction show on his channel this week, last week. We can accept it. But good to see you, Glenn. Hope you're well, bro. Happy New Year. Right. So when we're talking about played into the box from a free kick from West Ham, by the way. I was going to say cleared away by Will Hughes, who just completely misses the ball, and then it's thumped away from Palace. West Ham maintain possession of the ball by Marama, trying to find Lanzini. Can't. Declan Rice manages to come in and just nip the ball away. West Ham maintain possession now at the back of the pitch, in defence. It's in this sort of defensive area. I will say, though, Palace are pressing hard, and West Ham aren't dealing with it too much. Palace are going to want to do that. Palace, if you're a Palace fan, this is what you're going to want to do. You need Palace to get in and around West Ham, push them, right? Because when we get pushed against, when you see Rice, Souček get pushed, when you see our defence get pushed, we automatically sort of just start lumping the ball long, and that's not what we're very good at right now. We're good at fast counter-attacking, but on the floor, we don't deal with high, long balls very well. And we've seen the last couple of weeks when we've been struggling in games, apart from Watford. Watford's the one where they didn't do it, and we sort of stepped into that. That's been a massive problem with us. So you want to see your front line, your attacking midfielders stepping to us, getting involved in our area, mingling. That's how you're going to succeed in this game. But yeah, that's how you're going to succeed in this game. If anyone knows the answer to Ricky, make sure to at him, let him know, because I don't know. Things are bad when you talk about eating a bell after 43 seconds. So I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you, yeah? The bell situation. We do not have baby bells today. Okay? We haven't got any since. We haven't had any baby bells. But if that doesn't mean we can't bell. We may or may not, if things are going badly and we feel like there needs to be a time, see the return of the orange. Now, I'm not going to eat more than one, because as previously stated, that'd be a bad idea. However, if it goes wrong, there will be an orange situation. There will be an orange situation. For those asking if I can show this game, no, of course I can't, because, the Premier League and YouTube will come and murder me in my sleep. So I can't do that, unfortunately. But there are ways you can find it. If you look at the screen right now, you'll probably figure out what they are. There are ways you can find it. There are ways you can find it. There we go. Benteke just had a chance, but he got its free kick. That's weird to me. When I do that one, that's quite weird. That's quite weird to me. The other ones I find funny, but that one I find quite weird. Did I change this thing across? Yes, I did change the thing across. Beautiful. Love that from us. Love that from us. I'm seeing a lot of Rumham references in the chat, which I adore. Shout out if you know, you know. As someone said earlier in the chat, if you know, you know. What a show! What a show! Benteke trying to just dribble his way in, which isn't something I would suspect from Benteke, although he's having a little bit of career renaissance at the moment, isn't he? Taken down by Thomas Souček on the edge of the area, and it is a free kick for Crystal Palace in a very dangerous area. Benteke is having a bit of a career renaissance. I'm concerned about this as well, Welsh. I can't lie to you. I'm not concerned, because clips can do whatever they want. The clips, you know what I mean? I've got a lot of time for them. But at the same time, it does scare me a little bit. It does scare me that I've got a lot of meme nonsense going on right I don't have a Scotch, no. I don't drink alcohol. So unfortunately, I wouldn't fit in with the gang. I don't drink alcohol, but you know, it is what it is. Free kick just on the edge of the area, hit up and over, but also wide from Crystal Palace. Milivojevic just a little sighter from him early doors. It wasn't a bad hit. He gets it up and over the wall pretty well. But it's just one of those ones where he's hit it a little bit too far to the left, so it's always curving away from goal. Not a bad hitter. Not a bad hitter. Good to see you. Good to see you, Sasa. Remember, if you support Crystal Palace or any other team, you're always welcome here. You're always welcome here. Regardless of what the game is. Just no hate. As long as no one's causing trouble, then we're all fine. Then we're all fine. Todd's here as well. Good to see you, Todd. Hope Mass is doing you well, sir. Hope Mass is doing you well. Zaha is not back, curved glass. Zaha is not back, nor is Conor Gallagher. They are both out today. Schlupp on the offside. Ooh. Jeffrey, my favorite named player, Jeffrey Schlupp, making problems. Everyone just disses him. It's a disgrace. He's got acres of time and space out on the right-hand side. So much time and space. It was pinged across to him, and no one's even close to him. We're maybe not too tight, because that's obviously the idea, is to be as compact as possible in the area, in the center of the park. But honestly, we were so tight there that Jeffrey Schlupp had the entire right side of the pitch to himself. And when the ball came across, everyone had to adjust to it. Dangerous. Resultant corner wasn't very good in the end, and his got away. It's going to end up for a Crystal Palace throw in on the right hand side, just outside the area ish. But yeah, it is what it is. PHMP, my condolences to you. I hope you're dealing with it and coping with it all right. It's a horrible thing to go through. My granddad died in the middle of COVID, and I didn't get to see him for like over a year before he passed away because of everything was going on. So it sucks. My condolences. I hope you're okay. I hope you're all good. And anyone in chat, lob your condolences, of course. PHMP's way. But I hope you're good. I hope you are. I know some Blackburn fans if you want. I'll get them involved. Well, I say Blackburn fans. Live in the Blackburn area. So kind of understand what's going on, I guess. The more Kevin Druids fans, let's go. Late on parade, Happy New Year. Good to see you, Arthur. Happy New Year. When you did that Balls on Parade, started playing in my head. Balls on Parade. What song that is, by the way? Corner for Crystal Palace. They're doing well. Early doors, first 10 minutes, it's been mostly Crystal Palace's game. Putting a lot of pressure on West Ham, getting in good positions. Looking exciting early doors. We've started slow the last couple of weeks. The last month or so, when we've been bad, basically, the time we were good, beginning of the season, the first couple of months of the season, we started really well in games. Now, really well in both halves. Now we're starting really slow. The corner comes in, it's headed away by West Ham, but it's out again for just a Crystal Palace throwing quite deep into West Ham's half. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because honestly, we could and we should be starting better. And right now, first 10 minutes, it has been all Crystal Palace. All Crystal Palace. Mitch is asking how you can watch it. Mitch, I would say check in the description below. Discord. I don't know if there's a link in the Discord currently. That's where we usually put them. If so, footy pass. Will Hughes on the left-hand side puts it into the ball, tries to just float it into the box. It wasn't a great cross. And Benteke went for the control, couldn't quite manage it. And it goes out for a West Ham goal kick. But another dangerous attack there from Crystal Palace. Another West Ham attack there from Crystal Palace. Will Hughes not on an excellent cross, if we're being honest. But not a bad player, Will Hughes. One of those sort of functional players. He's obviously played for Watford in the past and played for Derby before that. I think was there a team before Derby and Watford? I think there might have been. But a good Premier League player. Nothing spectacular, but a decent Premier League player. Curved says, Happy New Year from an Arsenal fan. Thank you very much, Curved. I genuinely appreciate you. Did not need to do that at all. But thank you very much. I should also say while we're here as well, just the other people who did it earlier, Mark Thorne and of course Woody, thank you very much. Big place to all of you. I need to put the don't know thing on, which I'll get done now, but thank you very much. It is massively appreciated. and not expected in any way, shape, or form. Not expected. West Ham getting their foot on the ball for the first time really today. In their foot on the ball for the first time today, trying to sort of play the ball around. It's out to Ben Johnson. It's not a bad cross in with his left foot. That's usually my biggest criticism of left back. If Foul shoots, it's over the bar. But yeah, usually that's my big criticism. Usually my big criticism of Johnson playing on the far side, on the left hand side, is that he's just not that strong with his left foot. But he swings his foot and drives it low and hard. And do you know what? It wasn't positionally amazing, but it was hit in the way where if you can get on the end of it and just absolutely thunder smash it into top bins, it would have been a beautiful thing. Didn't quite work out, but it doesn't mean it won't next time. Looking decent. There we go. We have the things up now. We have the things up. So thank you very much, Curve Last, once more. Genuinely appreciate it. You didn't need to at all. Appreciate it. So West Ham have a throw in further up the pitch, just outside the area, getting slowly more into this game. The last sort of 2 minutes or so, it's been all West Ham. Declan Rice picks it up in just outside the centre circle, sprays it across to Ben Johnson on the left-hand side. He's got Jordan Ayew marking him. Good tracking back by Jordan Ayew, who just then lets Ben Johnson go. And then puts the ball in with his weak foot. I mean, his strong foot. It was close. Declan Rice in the edge area, back outside. It was good defending by Jordan Ayew until it wasn't. Johnson puts it in to a dangerous area on the far side, hooks back across. Hit Antonio, save. And again, somehow not in again a third time. Jesus Christ, how did that not go in? How did that not go in? Flipping heck. Played out wide to Ben Rama, who tries to get his way past Joel Ward. Can't quite manage to do it. But flipping heck, how did that go in? It was a good ball in from Ben Johnson. It's played across, and then Mikel Antonio hits it. An initial save from the Gaeta, then a secondary save from Gaeta on the follow-up, which was scrambled, which I couldn't even fully tell what happened. And then a third time, another shot comes in, and Gaeta, hand outstretched, stops it again. We're seeing the replay here. Johnson whips it in with his strong foot, pulled back up from Jared Bowen brilliantly. Antonio hits it first time. It's really well stopped by Gaeta just to be there. The next one, there's a scramble. It doesn't quite happen. How, my God. Anywhere else that it's probably in. The scramble, he manages to just dink away before Mikel Antonio gets there. And then the header from Benrahma back across and just palmed away from Gaeta. Brilliant stuff from the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. You have to respect it. And it's still 0-0. But that is the closest anyone has come, probably. You're looking at the post hit in the opening minute from Jeffrey Schlupp, and you're looking from that from Mikel Antonio. The two attempts from Antonio there, and the follow-up from Benrahma. Flipping heck. I'm not sure, but he is back to brown hair today. Their goalkeeper always plays well against us. He's a good goalkeeper, to be fair. He is a good goalkeeper. You got to respect it. He's genuinely quite good. Since January, there's been any progress on transfer rumors? Nope. It just is what it is. It exists in the ether. They will happen. They won't happen. We'll see how it ends up playing out. But yeah, no. None as of yet. Some interesting names popping up, but no, nothing looking likely yet. Good to see you, Pexel. But yeah. Schlupp trying to get forward, tries to play the ball in. It's a bad pass. And it's cleared out by West Ham. It comes back straight towards him, though, from Palace. And Dawson, under the pressure of Benteke, is forced just to boot it away. Just boots it away. And it's a Crystal Palace throw in quite a deep area as my TV is crashing. So I have to just have a quick little look. There we go. It's fine. It ended out not working up for them, so panic over. Fab Zulater is coming through with Bern Van Rama and Antonio. I need them for my FPL. Good luck. I wish you all the hope. I wish you all the luck. I don't know who Suas is saying this. I just wanted to pull up that he said flipping twit, which I'm in love with. I think that's genius. I'm so happy right now. Even if it was at me, I'm so happy right now. Crystal Palace now coming away well with Issa Diop with a usual Issa Diop challenge, coming very far off the front line, pressing, getting involved, harrying, takes out Jeffrey Schlupp in a very clumsy manner. It was a nice 1-2 between CRYWHU and Jeffrey Schlupp. But yeah, typical Diop, big Diop. It was just clumsy as well. It's just not true, GP. It's just not true. I appreciate the compliment, but it's just not. I'm sad every time. Every time I finish here and I go and I click on it and I don't see it, I'm just sad. I'm just sad. And as you said earlier, I did see it, but I forgot to put it up. But I did see it. No cutout. Boo. Boo. I will say it's actually easier to do it, but with one person to some extent when you have a live chat like you lot. It makes it quite significantly easier. How are West Ham looking? Asked Jenny. Well, Mrs. Taylor, we're looking all right. We're looking okay. It's definitely Crystal Palace are definitely the better of the two teams, but we've had the best chances. Palace are looking more attacking. They're getting more time on the ball. They're having more possession. I'd probably check the stats to double check that, but I feel like that's true. So therefore, it definitely is because my feelings are correct. I don't know what I'm saying. But West Ham are counter-attacking okay now. Opening 10 minutes was quite bad, was quite rough, but West Ham now are getting further and further forward. Ben Johnson's getting a lot of luck, finding a lot of joy down that left-hand side. Arthur's just brought up as well here. Johnson's getting loads of crosses in. Not all of them great. That was probably his worst one, but again, getting in their area. Getting in there. It's happening. It's slowly getting better. We're out of form, so we're not going to start brightly like we used to. So it's about working our way into the game, surviving the initial onslaught. You'd have to say if we were facing a top team, they would have scored in the early areas, but thankfully it's not one of those top six. And obviously Conor Gallagher and Zaha aren't here, so that helps as well. But yeah. Ben Rama floats into the center. Lanzini out wide to Antonio, who of course is for some reason out there, puts the ball into the box. There's a header from I think it was Manuel Lanzini. No, it was Ben Rama at the far side. Couldn't get the angle, but it is apparently a corner. I think it's Antonio for some reason out wide on the left. It's just annoying, but Ben Rama is getting all the headers today, apparently. Your shirt is very loud. Yes. It is Garfield. It is Garfield dressed as the wrestler from AEW, Orange Cassidy. So it is very loud. I agree. Who's the slim chap behind you? Is my friend Danny, West Ham fan. If you ever need Danny's advice on anything, he can tell you. If you need his just his wisdom, he can tell you. But yeah, that's what it is. Michael, there's usually people around who can help. And if no one is about, then 30 bars. But yeah, if no one's about, but there's usually people around who can help. Johnson played good crosses, but he has had some easy balls to Ben Rama in good positions that he chose not to take. Again, it's just not natural on that left-hand side. If it's right back, then I think it's a lot more free-flowing. Pardon me twice. I think it's I shoved my face full of food right before, and it's not sitting well with me. Yeah, when he's on the right-hand side, he can play a lot more naturally. He can play the ball quite easy. But when it's on the left, it's a little bit more difficult. But at least the crosses are better. This is a better attacking output from him I've seen in a long time. But it's corner for Crystal Palace. Will, who's taking from the right-hand side, whips it in, looking for the back post. Declan Rice sort of just gets some sort of head on it. Him and Benteke fighting for it, and he just ends up letting it out for another corner, this time on the left-hand side. Vieira is back in the dugout, thankfully. What a man. What a bloody man. Whipped in from the left-hand side, now straight into the hands of Fabianski. It was close. It's one of those ones where it's a bit sphincter tighting, but it was straight into the hands of Fabianski, who, as per usual, takes maybe a little bit too long to take the throw in. I want a quick one. That's one of the things I like about Areola over Fabianski is his distribution's a lot quicker. Rice
West Ham now passing around the back. Yeah, I just always feel like from corners and those sort of situations, we could be playing it out quicker. We could be faster with it. And we tend not to be. We tend to be a little bit lackadaisical when he's in goal. No, that's not too much of a criticism because he's very good in goal in a lot of other aspects. And the difference between the two is minimal. But yeah, Declan Rice, not the most accurate switch he's ever done, but it was effective. And West Ham play it back. Crystal Palace defending relatively well here. Souček drops deep to play it through the lines. Finds Bowen. Tries to find Lanzini. They can't find it. Will Hughes there. Not quite. Rice resets it. Johnson, nice first time pass to Ben Rama. That's what we were just saying. That's a really good ball in Antonio. It's 1-0. Big plays. Mikel Antonio with the goal. And he celebrates in style. It's West Ham United 1. It's Crystal Palace 0. And Saeed Ben Rama gets the assist. And it's a brilliant assist as well from Saeed Ben Rama. Just as we were bringing up the point that maybe Ben Johnson could have found Saeed Ben Rama a little bit more effectively with short passes when he was open. Ben Johnson, first time pass out wide to Ben Rama, who was in all of the space for a significant chunk of time. Plays it out to him. He takes 2 touches to steady himself, puts it in on his stronger foot, and an absolutely beautiful cross right just onto the edge of the area, right onto the edge of the 6-yard box. And Mikel Antonio, fully stretched, just gets a foot on it. And it's one of those ones where it's so close, it's so difficult for stop to Gaeta, and it's in. West Ham United 1, Crystal Palace 0. Beautiful stuff, mate. What a cross. What a cross from Saeed Ben Rama. Allowed to put it onto his stronger foot. That's a mistake from Crystal Palace. That was a mistake. He should have, I'll be honest with you, he should have probably not let him onto his stronger foot, but he did. Switches it, pings it in. Lovely stuff. Charlie is 100% correct. What a mate. You're allowed. You're allowed. Because we are. Jackson Noble assist. Fire. Beautiful stuff. I'm scrolling up and looking at all your comments now. Scenes. Mrs. Taylor, it was Saeed Ben Rama with the assist. Get in. Here you go. What goal? Bloody I have a feeling I know who this is. Good evening, Mr. Sins. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. I hope you're well. I'm just scrolling up for everyone celebrating the goal, and then all of a sudden, there he is, doing his job, whichever one it is today. Football reporter, probably. This is what I was saying. Look, we might have not had anywhere near as many chances as Crystal Palace, but we've had the better chances. It's showing that there's something there to be got at from this game in a big way. We have to be careful because Crystal Palace have got forward well and they've pressurised well, but equally, we just need to put it on them a little bit. As Declan Rice now picks up the ball on the halfway line, strides into space. Antonio's there. He's dead, finds Manuel Lanzini. It's 2-0, and Manuel Lanzini has just absolutely, holy moly, Manuel Lanzini. That is oh my God. So the ball's come across. Declan Rice picks up about the halfway line, starts striding into the space vacated by Crystal Palace's midfield. He plays it into Lanzini, who has a heck of a lot to do. And that is a piece of brilliance from Manuel Lanzini. First touch is a bit awkward. Second one takes it round the Crystal Palace defender who's pressurising. I think it's Anderson. Flicks it up. Second touch to steady himself somehow with his foot, just to keep control. And then sort of flicks it. Almost flicks it up for a volley for himself. Barring in. That is insane. I struggled to even describe that goal because there's so much. Lanzini's brilliance has always been in his close control, and that juggling, just little touches here and there to keep it beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Manuel Lanzini with an unreal goal, his 3rd of the season. It's West Ham United 2, it's Crystal Palace 0. We've hit them for 2 in very, very quick succession. The warning signs were there for Crystal Palace that they weren't being able to stop us as such. They were doing well when they were attack is the best form of defense, and they were doing well in that sense. But when we got out of the press and in towards their area, it was very difficult for them. They weren't dealing with it very well. And we've gone from 0-0 to 2-0 rapidly, but this is a good opportunity for Crystal Palace. Benteke battling with Ben Johnson. He's thrown himself down there. That is ridiculous from Christian Benteke. He's tried his hardest there. He really has. But poor from Christian. It was a really good opportunity from him. He tries to control it in. And don't get me wrong, look, he's being held by Ben Johnson, but in the same way that he's holding Ben Johnson, he doesn't want that ball. He's trying to hold him as much as he can, and then he throws himself on the floor. It's a bit embarrassing from Christian Benteke. But like I said, look, we have to be careful. We're obviously winning 2-0. Delirium in the chat. Love to see it. Manuel Lanzini's just scored. Please, did you have it? Did you have it today, Alan? Was the bet on, or did you not do it? Because if so, listen, maybe we'll see. There's more wild things have happened this season. Look, we're in delirium. Times, scenes in the chat, but we do have to be aware that Crystal Palace are always capable of doing something. We've seen it in the early stages of this game. They had opportunities. They hit the post within the first minute of the game. It was like 45 seconds in. Jeffrey Schlupp, my boy, hit the post. We have to be aware that they can punish us here. But we are all over Crystal Palace as it stands. Soufal with the ball in a very attacking position. Mitchell does really well there to defend, by the way. Mitchell's a good left back. Soufal tries to just nick it away from him, and it is a goal kick. Soufal gets the last touch. Linesman helps him up, but it is definitely a goal kick. But Mitchell's a decent defender. West Ham are all over right now, Crystal Palace. This is a difficult game for Palace. They're obviously missing some of their key players. And you could maybe imagine that if it was a situation where maybe they had Zaha, maybe they had Conor Gallagher, stuff like that, maybe it wouldn't be like this. But you have to say, right now, it's all West Ham. Early doors was all Crystal Palace. Right now, it's all West Ham. Where is it? Hang on. Give me a sec. Scroll. Where is it? We don't keep clean sheets post Ogbonna, so need a third. Basically. Declan Rice trying to dribble his way forward. It's Jordan Nye, he was doing a decent job defensively today. He's doing a decent job. He's getting back well. He's not actively defending, is the way I would describe it. In my head, he's sort of positionally defending. He's getting in the right positions to stop stuff, but it's not. He's not tackling well, but he's getting in good positions. He's dropping deep. David Moyes is probably looking at him like, "Ooh, I would enjoy that," but not quite. Not quite. Somebody touched my spaghetti. Don't know why I hit that meme, but I did. There you go. Good to see you, Super Mario. Hope you're well. Hope Luigi's doing good. Same. It's very loud right now, Wally. Very loud right now. Crystal Palace passing it round at the back. West Ham not making too much of an attempt at tackling. Why this fake news of scoring? It's because Mark Lowe thinks he's funny. Unfortunately, he tried it and it is an L, and literally no one in the chat bit. It's an L. It's an L for Mark. It's an L for Mark. He tried it. He failed it. It happens like that sometimes, you know. Sometimes you try, sometimes you fail. Unfortunately, he failed. Literally no one in the chat bit. Oh, well. In the mud. Crystal Palace now playing the ball around. Calm down a bit. They've had 59% possession so far, Crystal Palace, and they have created chances from it. They've only had 2 less shots than what they've had 4, and this is a good opportunity for another one. Jordan CRYWHU out on the right hand side pulls it back across, hit off the bar. Flipping heck. Off the underside of the bar from Edward, who hit it first time. The ball comes down the right-hand side. Well, the ball comes down the left-hand side. It switched out to CRYWHU, had all of the time and space. And again, that compact defending from West Ham, leaving a lot of space on the left-hand side, potentially. Pardon me, twice. Whipped in from Palace, cleared away, but not very well. Hughes into the path of Christian Benteke, who tries to turn and hit it. West Ham do well to get it away. Manuel Lanzini back to Johnson, who just punts it clear. This is what I'm talking about. When there's that press, we do tend to just punt. But we'll take it. It was a great opportunity for Crystal Palace. Like I'm saying, they are dangerous. We can't act like they're not. Ball was coming down the left-hand side. It switched over to CRYWHU, who, because of the compact defending, those fast switches are doing us dirty. Played it into the path of Jordan CRYWHU, who pulls it back for Edouard, who just on the edge of the area, just on the inside of it, hits it first time. Another hit, save from Fabianski. Gets down quickly with his foot to stop it, and it's a corner for Crystal Palace. Just a couple of chances in a row there. Jeffrey Schlupp that last time hits it, deflects into the path of Benteke, turns, hits it first time, and Fabianski just does well to adjust his feet. Those sort of ones usually awkward to get to. He does well, but my God, that first one, the bar hit from Edouard was incredibly close. Crystal Palace, sixth corner of the game. West Ham haven't had any yet. Milivojevic plays it short, wins it, gets the ball back, puts it into a good area. Benteke can't get his head on it, and it goes out for a goal kick. It's Crystal Palace 0, West Ham 2. Still some very, very close opportunities in a row there. The initial one, it was being played down the left-hand side, cuts inside, plays it to Jordan CRYWHU, who has all the time and space in the world, pulls it back for Edouard, who's been... The defending was poor from West Ham's midfield there. Declan Rice specifically, you're wanting to have been in a better position there. Should have been maybe covering the pullback. No one was. Edouard in all of the space, hits it first time, and it thunders off the bar. Second time, Benteke turns, hits it first time, and it would have been very impressive if he managed to finish it from there. And it almost was. It was one of those ones where he didn't hit it correctly, but it was awkward for Fabianski. But he managed to adjust his feet well enough to get the block. Two very quick opportunities for Crystal Palace there, neither going in. And if there was any feeling, with the Renegades of Funk, if there was any feeling that it wasn't possible, it was like that we were just going to roll this game, you can see it. You can see it. You can feel it. Crystal Palace have had opportunities, and we can't switch off. But West Ham have a good opportunity here. Bowen can't quite keep it in. There's zero chance of that happening. I was trying to remember if he scored yet or not. It's just not happening. It was fire. It's fire. If you want to go wild, but it's not happening. Danny DeVito lock better than Baby Bell lock. Controversial, Belcar. Controversial. Listen, it might be accurate. Given the result right now, it might be accurate, but controversial. That Lanzini goal, just seeing the replay of it again, it's so good, isn't it? It's just so good. It's so difficult to explain. From my position as someone who's tries to explain what's happening for people who aren't seeing the game, right? So I try to explain sort of vaguely so you can sort of at least picture it to some extent. The ball comes into him. He takes one touch. The Crystal Palace defender comes across. He sort of flicks it over the foot. It's not a big one. And it feels like the ball's getting away from him. He just sort of naturally reaches out with his left foot to cushion it, to keep it under control. And as it's up in the air, he takes one foot, plants his right foot. And as it drops down, still not hit the floor at this point, smacks it with his left foot, barring in. Unreal. Titch. Wow. Why? Why do me like this? Why do me like this, Titch? Why do you hurt me so? Why do you hurt me so? Good to see you. I appreciate. Look, I saw it, and when no one else said anything, it was the one goal that got spoiled for me for chat. I saw it, and when no one else said anything, I was like, I'll leave it, and then we'll see what happens. Just try. For the Call of Duty reference, you stick around. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. The Modern Warfare 2 reference sticks around. Sticks around. No. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. That's what makes it even more depressing, mine. That's what makes it even more depressing. It's a yellow card for Ben Johnson there after pulling down Jordan Ayew. It's one of those ones where you look at it, you're like, yeah, it's a yellow, and you move on. I don't know. I don't. If I don't, then I apologize. I see you around, and I'm always incredibly excited you're here, NH. But yeah, for some reason, I've just been missing them, apparently. I don't know why. It's difficult. I try to keep up with the chat as much as possible, but I'm obviously a failure in most senses when it comes to that. I do try. Hit from range from Crystal Palace, but nowhere near from Jordan Ayew. He hits it, and it's just not particularly well struck, not particularly scary, and Fabianski just quite easily stops it. It's gonna be a madness. It's gonna be a madness. It is actually gonna be mad. Can you imagine that? Just for a split second, can you imagine it? My God. My God. Ben Rama trying to play it out to Ben Johnson. Just saw him a little bit short there, but West Ham win a throw in regardless from it. Lanzini. I thought he was going to take it there. No, it's into the hands of Johnson. Don't worry about it. Short to Johnson. Oh my God. Actually a throw in that worked for West Ham. What a time to be alive. Into Declan Rice in the centre of the park. Looking to spray it back across to the right-hand side to find Soufal. He does. Soufal. Nice first touch around the defender. Whips it in. It's not the best cross you've ever seen from Kufal, but it is good enough to win a corner for West Ham United. It was a nice first touch. Second touch takes it around Edouard, who's having to defend deep. Both of the wide forwards for Crystal Palace, Ayew on the right and Edouard on the left, are having to drop deep in defense. Similarly to how David Moyes would set up with those wide players dropping deep. Not doing brilliantly defensively there. Bowen whips the ball in from the corner, deflects up. This is a good opportunity. Souček can't quite find it out of his feet. Lanzini back to Bowen, who puts it. Not a good second cross in. But the header away was poor on West Ham. Regained possession of the ball. It's rolled out back to Fabianski, who then just lofts it forward, looking for a big ball for Jarrod Bowen. He gets up well to win the header, and Souček almost through there, but Mitchell stops it from getting forward. I think it was Mitchell. He does well a second time now. West Ham just moving their way forward. How would you describe it? NFL style, just gaining yards right now. Throw in equally. Now here's the West Ham sort of throw-ins. I know. Well, he finds Antonio. He sort of tries to nod it towards Souček. Can't quite do it. There's an opportunity there to find Ben Rama. Antonio turns. Only has the eyes for goal, but there is an offside flag against Mikel Antonio, who came back from an offside position. That's the sort of throw-ins I'm more used to seeing. Just terrible. Just a terrible, useless, pointless throw-in. We are on 252 likes already, by the way, people, which is completely insane for me. Thank you very much. As I said, 300 is the goal every watch-along. We hit it last time. We've hit it 5 times, I think, in the last 2 years of doing this. I think it's been about 2 years, maybe just under 2 years of doing this. So it's a possibility again. Thank you very much. But 250 before half time is craziness. That's wild. Edouard trying to do something. Souček getting in the block. Cleared away. It's going to be a Crystal Palace. Throwing deep there. But Benteke lays it into Edouard. Just getting tangled up with Declan Rice. Declan Rice ends up on the floor, and that tackles significantly better than I saw it again. Just stopped it. Just stopping Benteke from getting any sort of chance. Ball over the top, looking for Jeffrey Schlupp early doors. Schlupp tries to ping it back across, headed away from Craig Dawson. Then Johnson trying to just stop it from going out for a corner. He does, but it lands at the feet of Ward, who's Cross was not very good, but no one told West Ham that there was time to clear that. Souček's clearance first time isn't great. Maintains the pressure from Crystal Palace. Played in, hit, save from Fabianski. Save from Fabianski from Benteke. Not the best shot you've ever seen in your life. It was a more routine save, but a decent one nevertheless. It was poor work from West Ham defensively. No one telling Souček he had time and space to clear that. So instead, he just sort of punts it clear. Instantly, the pressure is regained by Palace. They're pushing it forward. The ball ends up coming in from Joel Ward. It's not a great cross, but it does somehow end up in the feet of Christian Benteke, who hits it not too well, but Fabianski makes it look easier than it potentially was. It's still 2-0 to West Ham. It's a kind of support. It was Johnny Sins. It was probably Johnny Sins. Probably Johnny Sins. DeVito looks as flat as the Palace defense. Is his presence an allegory as to what is further to come? Daryl, that is maybe the smartest comment I've ever had on one of these streams. Just the use of the term allegory out of nowhere. I genuinely appreciate it. And I can only hope that Palace's performance ends up being just that flat as well, attacking wise as well as defensively. But Daryl, what a comment. People, print screen that because you're never going to see another. Scenes in the chat. Jordan Ayew trying to wobble his way through. Ben Johnson trying to stop it. It's crossed in. Benteke is there once more. Can't quite get it. Ayew comes back out to him. Being pressurized by Said Ben Rami's trying to wiggle his way through into a cross. He manages to. He hooks it in. Benteke at the far post again, trying to stop it. Can't. Pardon me. My stomach is kicking off something fierce right now. Anderson, pass was a bit hard into the place of Ward, but Crystal Palace continue to have the ball, continue to find pressure. Ayew back to Guihi. How do you pronounce his name? I've never been able to do it. I'm an idiot. Trying to play it in. Ben Rama with a nice pass, and that time Souček does know he has time and space. The pass, though, was not worth talking about. L. Charlie, stop smacking your lips. Disgusting sound. I didn't know I was, but fair enough. I will only speak. I shall enunciate everything as much as I humanly can. And that way, I should no longer smack my lips. I genuinely didn't know I was. I apologize. Jeff, good to see you. Who got the goals? The first one was Mikel Antonio, and the second one was Manuel Lanzini with a peach. With an absolute peach. You're going to want to see the second one specifically. I mean, you're going to want to watch both. It's West Ham goals, obviously. But the Lanzini one was... Oof, it was good. Oh, it's a great opportunity for West Ham. Brilliant tackle. Who was that? It was Anderson with a last-ditch tackle. Absolutely brilliant. Fair play. And now Crystal Palace can come away with it. It was an excellent opportunity for West Ham, but the last-ditch tackle stops it. And now Crystal Palace can come away. The counter-attack has slowed down significantly, and now West Ham have managed to regain possession. They've managed to regain possession. Now they can just sit deep. Hughes trying to dribble his way through. Just gets a bit shook, turns around, goes back the other way. Crystal Palace trying to work their way down the right-hand side. They've been quite good at switching the ball fast today, and it's caused us some issues. They're trying to, again, a bit slower this time. Allows West Ham the time to react. West Ham sitting very, very deep, just saying no. But that was a nice switch into player Joel Ward, who hits it across early, straight into the hands of Fabianski. My dad, depressingly, only thing he ever did. My dad. There was a joke there that I didn't commit to. I did not commit to that joke whatsoever. That was disgraceful for me. I should have committed more. Played down the Play down the left-hand side, looking for Ben Johnson, tries to whip the ball in with his weak foot. He does. A header can't quite happen. Big call for how cool on the outside of the area against Milivojevic there. Players continued. West Ham did call for it for a second, and there was a large shout for it, but nothing. Referee says nothing. Carries on. Hughes. Okay, so a foul has been called. I think initially, at least, for a free kick on the edge of the area for Crystal Palace. But we're looking at Milivojevic again. I'm trying to see if it hits his hand. It looks like it. I think it does. The camera angles are difficult, but it. They're trying to see if it's a penalty or not for a possible handball. I don't think. I would guess it would be a free kick if it is a handball. Oh, that angle looks like it's in. That angle looks like it's in the area. We've seen VAR the last week. I think in the last match at least did very well for us. I thought they did brilliantly there, but we're seeing it again. This may be a situation where it does get referred to the referee to have a gander, but it does look like it hits his hand, and it does look like he's in the area when it does it. Oh, it's so close. It's so close, but he is going to go and have a look at it. He is going to go and have a look at it. This will be the last thing that happens in this half. We're 48 minutes into a 45-minute half. There was 2 minutes of stoppage time called, and we are going to go across to have a look at it now. The referee has a gander. It does look like a handball to me, and it does probably look like it's on the edge of the area, right inside the area. It's unbelievably close. It's unbelievably close. That is such a good camera angle, by the way. Referee looking up sort of that way from the camera. You can see the VAR check behind him. VAR check complete. Pen. It's a pen. Right, I'm trying to avoid the chat because I know obviously you're going to be ahead of me. Just checking Geo's not here. Okay, cool. This will be the last thing to happen in stoppage time of the first half. We're now 49 minutes into a 2-minute stoppage time of a 45-minute half. A penalty has been awarded to West Ham for a handball on Milivojevic. It definitely hits his hand. It's whether or not it's inside the area that I guess is the question. It did look like it was just inside the area. It's disappointing from Milivojevic. He's shaking his head. And West Ham have an opportunity to make it 3. Manuel Lanzini steps up. Sub no belong. Get him another goal. Let's go wild. Manu to get his second of the game. I don't know if he's a good penalty taker, but I would imagine he would be. Just check in. No, we're good still. Lanzini steps up. Whistle goes. Lanzini against Gaeta for 3-0. Oh, it's buried. It's 3-0 to West Ham. Let's go. Big plays. There was an argument there. There was an argument early doors. Crystal Palace had certainly made opportunities, certainly had their chances, and they didn't take them. West Ham have relentlessly took theirs. Crystal Palace 0, West Ham United 3. Penalty from Lanzini. He gets his second of the game. He's having a brilliant game. There is no way he's getting dropped in the foreseeable future. But what a penalty. Buried into that bottom corner. Gaeta even goes the right way, but it's just absolutely buried. Woody there saying, we don't deserve 3-0, but I'll take that. Good CVR helping us at this time. Yeah, last time it helped us. This time it's helped us. I think VR's doing good jobs right now, but yeah, good players. No need for Baby Bell, says Joan. I know. The day I don't even have him as well. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Dab. And there is the halftime whistle. The halftime whistle goes incredibly late, as it was. But Crystal Palace, who had chances early doors and even had chances late doors, did not take them. West Ham categorically did. And at halftime, Mikel Antonio and a double from Manuel Lanzini is the difference. It's Crystal Palace 0, West Ham United 3 in a big half. Johnny sins I'm in the VAR. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. You're doing bits for us today. You're doing bits for us. What a half of football. What a half of football. I mean, exciting if you're from the neutral perspective as well. And you have to feel probably if there's any Crystal Palace fans in the chat, you probably feel slightly hard done by. We can't sit here and act like they didn't have some opportunities. They were never the greatest things you've ever seen in your life, but they did have some opportunities, and some of them were very, very good. The problem is, of course, that they just didn't take them. Gonzo, you're obviously in somewhat in the enemy camp to some extent today, given
the enemy's in my camp.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. How do you and they feel about that half of football?
Well, look, I didn't want to. He was quite happy to come down here for half time. I said, I've just cooked some dinner. I can only be 5 minutes, by the way, if you're going to go and have a wee. I didn't want to drag him down. It's not fair, really, is it? Let's be perfectly honest. I don't want to rub his nose in it anymore. He's gutted. He's disappointed because his team have actually played relatively well, haven't they? Let's be fair. They've done okay, Palace, but we have been ruthless. And it's funny actually because I was looking at it and I was thinking they're pressing actually better than us. What we've done remarkably well is any time their goalkeeper has got the ball, be it a goal kick or be it just a ball at his feet or throw it out, we're not actually really pressing him. We're saying to the goalkeeper, you have it as long as you want, mate. But what we're then doing is marking everybody, our positional play, and we're waiting for the goalkeeper to do something. Then we're nicking it, and we've made them nervous basically. And they started off full of energy, and the crowd were really loud as well. But we literally sucked all the life out of the Palace players, it feels, and the crowd as well. But at half time, Charlie, 3-0 up. I mean, it's a bit flattering, but
I'm going to run to the toilet. But I just wanted to say this to you before I went. Oof, Manuel Lanzini. Oof. I'm sorry you had to sit next to a Crystal Palace fan when that happened. Because oof. Well, I've sat next to opposition fans before when Lanzini specifically and other players have scored absolute screamers. And it's always a bit awkward because my God.
Yeah. Go and do your business, Charlie. You're absolutely right. Lanzini was, it says on the top, Charlie is in the stream with audio only. I really hope he mutes his audio for what he's about to go and do now. But talking about trickery, and that was the way he moved his feet, the way he moved the ball from right to left and almost set up his own half volley. You don't get for that to bounce another time because the defender just comes in and makes a block or, defends basically. So for him to dispatch that in the way he did, it is wonderful. Typical Lanzini. And I think he's just such a good player, so integral to the way we should play, and just knits everything together. And he's been threatening this for a little while now. He's taken a long time to get back from his injury. But I do feel he's back. And I said it in the build-up, said it last week. He's one of our best players. He really is. Well, that was tremendous. And Johnson playing well, boys and girls. Johnson playing well, doing a really, really good job as the left back there. A wonderful performance, actually. They're targeting Ward. Have you noticed? They are definitely targeting Ward down that side. But I was worried first 5-10 minutes, certainly the 10 minutes. I'm really worried about it. I thought they were all over us, full of energy. We didn't look like we would be able to match them for energy, that's for sure. But I tell you what it looks like. It looks like a wily old experienced team. I'm not saying we look old, but a very, very experienced team against a new team with a new manager, and they're they're probably looking. I bet they're in the dressing room now, Crystal Palace, thinking, what, 3-0? How on earth has that happened? But make no mistake about it. Butcher Big Balls has just won £200. Now, there's a sentence never thought I would ever say. Make no mistake about it. They're going to be in there thinking, what's gone on? I don't understand how that's happened. We're in. I bet they're thinking, hold on, we were a better team. But what I was going to say is, make no mistake about it. Let me get to the point. Is that the commentator actually said during that game, I think they've only lost one game at home all season, and they've had 5 wins and 4 draws. Might have had the wrong way round. It's a tough place to go. a tough place to go. And if we go there, well, I say if we go there and win. I mean, if we don't win, there's going to be a massive inquest, isn't there? Really. But if we didn't, to win there is not an easy thing to do. So I think really good. Look, we're going to conjure a bit of pressure. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure that Eze will and Elise, the other one, will be introduced into the game. But the more they attack, the more gaps they leave behind them. But wonderful. Yeah, I mean, yes, sorry. Adam saying there was a wonderful cross from Ben Rama there, wasn't it? The faintest of touches from Antonio, really. But the signs were there because he made their goalkeeper had made a really good double save. One of them where he sort of clawed it from sticking his hand here and clawed it out was really good. So we're starting to get a little bit of grip on it. We look just more clinical than they do. What was the geezer doing, Mililojevic doing? I've no idea. I've no idea what he thought he was doing on that one. That was just a massive intentional handball, wasn't it? Really, the calamity. I mean, really, you expect a professional sportsman to have a bit more coordination and spatial awareness than that, but really, really well dispatched by Lanzini. It was just an absolute joy to watch. Absolute joy to watch. Bit deeper. I know he's set up the goal for Lanzini, and I know he's travelled forward on a couple of occasions. But I think it's certainly in the first 20-30 minutes, a bit deeper from Declan Rice. I think in that game maybe. But they put pressure on us. They've made us defend. Oh, the geezer, was it Schlupp? Missed a sitter, Matt one. How do you miss that? And it's actually things like that are going to make the difference at the end of a game, or the start of a game. You've got to be more clinical than that, and it's one thing we've done well. And I think we've actually done reasonably well, very well, let's say. Without, I know Antonio scored. We've done really well without Bowen or Antonio having a massive impact in the game yet. So I think we could. I think Palace can certainly improve from there by bringing on substitutes, but so can we. If Bowen starts to play in this game and Antonio starts to get into the game as well, it can be very, very interesting, particularly if they attack us and leave space at the back. That's going to really, really help us. Magnificent, Charlie. Magnificent, my friend.
It's beautiful. Like you say, Crystal Palace have definitely had a couple of opportunities, but we rode that storm.
Yeah.
And then we just like you said, we were lethal. We took the opportunities we got with aplomb.
And other fruits as well. All the fruits. The
Name
plum,
fruit.
the cherry, the strawberry. We've taken it all. We've taken their cherry.
No, that's Bournemouth. We're facing Crystal Palace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. But
that was the only way I could think to carry on that joke. But
yeah, there you go. But listen, anyway, I've actually got some dinner, believe it or not, which I've dished up
go
in there.
enjoy yourself. I'm very jealous, and because I didn't get the opportunity before, wish Marcus a happy new year and everything for me.
I probably won't, but no, but he likes you, Charlie. He said, he says, Charlie doing all that on his own. I said, yeah. He said, that's not easy, is it? I said, no, not easy to talk on your own. Particularly with a full bladder and Danny DeVito looking over your shoulder.
No, he's here to keep me calm. He's been giving wisdoms. You know what I mean?
Of course, yes.
He said this. He said Jordan Ayew overrated. That's what he said.
He said what?
I disagreed with him. He said Jordan Ayew was overrated. Like, I disagree with him, but that's why you listen. When Danny speaks, you listen. You know what I mean?
Do you want to see that? Do you want an exclusive?
Yes, I do.
100%. I don't know if you're going to get the sound on here as well.
While you set that up, I'll just say this very quickly. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like the video, all of that good stuff. We, of course, do watch-alongs every single match day, and we, of course, have these halftime sections where someone who's actually smart comes on and talks about it, not just me. And then the full-time review, stick around with Geo and Gonzo because they'll be back at full-time, of course. But go on.
How cool is this?
Hey, it's Edward Furlong, a.k.a. John Connor here, and I just want to tell you that I've subscribed to Gonzo's Pinball Flipperama, the best pinball show on YouTube. Take it from me.
Come on, yes.
How cool is that? John Connor not only helped save mankind and humankind. John Connor is a pinball player, and John Connor subscribed to my pinball channel, and I said, "I'll be funny, John. You wouldn't? Would you mind awfully?" And he said, "No, dude." So there you go. John Connor subscribes to Gonzo's Pinball Flip-A-Rama, the best show on YouTube.
That is.
He says it at the end. Actually, he says it at the end. He says, "I'll be back."
That is.
I thought it was Peach. I thought it was Peach. Yeah. Absolutely. There you go. Anyway,
that is incredible.
That's actually, you've seen that before anyone on the Flip-A-Rama's seen that. There you go.
If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Gonzo Pinball Flip-A-Rama. How much more of an endorsement do you need than John flipping Connor
in front of his pinball machine, leading on his pinball machine? Yeah,
absolute scenes. Thank you, Gods. I'll let you get.
Anyway, listen, enjoy the rest of the game. What a day! What a day! Thanks, Charlie. See you later, everyone. See ya.
See you later. My God, John Connor, ladies and gentlemen, what a time to be alive. My God, if you don't need it, what more of an endorsement could you get? What more of an endorsement could you get? I'm seeing a lot of rum hands in chat as well, by the way. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Probably safer to say that than Magnum Dong, but we'll go with rum hands. We'll go with rum hands. 322 likes. Thank you so much. We've smashed the 300 goal just to bits today. It's completely insane that has happened. So I appreciate it. Remember what I was saying before. We do watch alongs every single match day. We are here doing watch alongs. You get the halftime bit where someone actually knows what they're talking about, comes on and talks for a bit, and then we get the rest of the game. And of course, the full-time review, which will be live straight after this. There'll be a bit of 5 minutes before once the game finishes while they set up. But I will spam that link in the chat so you don't have to do it. Make sure to come get involved if you haven't already. Subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Halftime thoughts. Halftime thoughts. Is there any halftime thoughts? Let's see what you lot are saying before we get into this second half here. Mr. Lammy says, keep thinking Greg Wallace is going to offer you a plate of food. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just have a selection of various bald celebrities behind me. DeVito, Wallace, Statham. All the boys. Chris is saying, strange first half. Palace the better team. Johnson easy to beat and making IU look good. Palace just walking through the centre. Lucky West Ham, says Chris. Chris, I assume you're a Crystal Palace fan. If so, welcome. I hope you're well. Hope you're good. I agree with some of that. I think Ben Johnson has been not easy to beat, but I think we've played way too compact, and it's meant that he's had all of the time in the spell. Jordan IU and Crystal Palace have utilized that very, very well. Palace aren't really walking through the centre. They're just not. Most of their opportunities have come from out wide and pulling it back. Lucky, I wouldn't say so. I think West Ham have just taken their opportunities. I don't think it's luck. I think it's just, if you're looking at it honestly, you say West Ham take their opportunities and Crystal Palace haven't. If anything, it's unlucky Crystal Palace or just not good enough Crystal Palace. How many times can you hit the woodwork without it going in? It is what it is. Hussam is asking to show the game. Unfortunately, I cannot, sir. The Premier League and YouTube will come and kill me. However, if you are looking for a way to watch the game, there are ways. If you look in the description below, there is a thing called Discord. Join our Discord. It's completely free to join. Lovely West Ham Hammers chat community. If you're a fan of any team, you're also welcome. But more importantly, on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, there's a bit called Stream Links, and you'll probably find what you're looking for, because you won't be able to find it on here because, again, they will murder our channel. And that's not something we want to do too soon. Do you see 3 more West Ham corners? How many corners have West Ham even had? I know deep into that game we hadn't had any yet. We can probably have a look. Let me just pull up the stats. Give me a second. Let me press this button and we should be able to see them here. Where are we at? West Ham have only had 1 corner. Would West Ham get any more corners? I don't know. We don't seem to be honest with you, we don't seem to be losing those opportunities too much. We seem to be dealing with them pretty well and it never going out, but maybe not. I don't know. 3 more? You'd imagine it would happen. It usually does, but so far today it hasn't happened. And you're looking at other stats, by the way. Look how many more shots Crystal Palace have had. But then you look on target, we've just been ruthless. We've just been so much better. They've even had the possession. They've had everything, Crystal Palace. We've just had the best of it. So there is actually a substitution at half-time, and that is the yellow-carded Ben Johnson coming off for Arthur Masuaku, interestingly, and quite scarily. Quite scary. It's a tactical one. It's a tactical one, of course, because of the yellow card, but that is a terrifying prospect. We can't sit here and act like it isn't. As the teams make their way back onto the pitch, I'll ask you once again to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to like the video. We've already got over 350, which again, I cannot express how mad that is. We could actually probably push the record today. We're dangerously close to being able to push the like record on a watch along today. I can't remember what it is, but we're dangerously close to doing it right now. But we do watch alongs every single match day on this channel. We've missed one in the last 18 months plus. We've only ever missed one. So if you want to get involved, make sure you do so by hitting the bell icon when you subscribe so you never miss a build up / watch along ever. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming. If you're off to watch the game in the second half, we appreciate it. If you're sticking around, I appreciate you just as much, if not a little bit more, because the only way these things happen is if you support it by sticking around and getting involved in the live chat. Thank you very much, everyone. Love you. And hope you have a merry new year. Happy New Year if you're leaving and if you're not. Let's go. Second half is underway. Crystal Palace are the team to do it. And it's a big half. Masuaku, a large challenge ahead of him. As we've been talking about, Ben Johnson has had a situation where he's not... I agree with what Sonic B's saying here. He hasn't come off because he's bad. It's just because he's just come back from injury in the yellow. He hasn't been that bad, but we've had a very compact, very, very, very compact back four, which has given Jordan Ayew all kinds of time and space on the ball. Let's see how that ends up playing out. Let's see how that ends up playing out with Arthur Masuaku. Will it be different? Fabianski is every beast, mate. He has been brilliant. He has been very, very good. Some of his saves have been excellent. To be fair, Gaeta's having a very good game as well. I mean, one of the shots was completely unstoppable, but there was that triple save he made, which was utterly brilliant as well. You have to give him respect he deserves. Almost 500 people. I know there's a lot of people watching today. Thank you very much, everyone. There's a heck of a lot of people watching. Heck of a lot of people. We've had more super chats than we've usually had. I mean, this has been a big stream for us somehow. Thank you very much, everyone. It's wild. It's wild. Who's going to help Arthur out? I'll be interested to see. It's a good question. I mean, Syed Benrahma's on the left-hand side currently. Will he be the one who sticks out there? It'll be interesting to see. Early doors he is. Arthur Masuaku on the ball finds him in an advanced area, looking sort of just outside the area. Although West Ham end up going all the way back to the goalkeeper. You don't love to see it. And then end up just punting it forward and Crystal Palace win possession of the ball in their own area. That's kind of why you don't love to see it. But we'll see how it changes up. We'll see how it changes the game. To be honest, I'm okay with replacing Johnson at halftime. I don't want to see it, but with the yellow card, I don't want to risk him getting suspended. This window, whether or not we're going to get a left back, we've barely been linked to any, let alone there's strong rumors that we're going to sign anything or anything like that. There's been mention that we would want one, but never anything that's come from it. And so the idea of, to be honest, just saying, okay, let's take him off so he definitely doesn't get any sort of suspension, where in a situation where we have to play Masuaku every single game again, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Arthur with the £5. Thank you very much, Arthur. Have another super chat. That is incredibly kind of you. You did not have to do that whatsoever. That's unbelievably kind, and I know myself as well as the other two are incredibly grateful for anyone who ever does it. So thank you so much. I didn't quite expect that to happen, but thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is the most we've had in a hell of a long time. I don't know what to say. Arthur, thank you. Happy New Year. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. Right, it's moving. Crystal Palace tried to move the ball forward, so I'm trying to regain flipping composure after that. Composure after that. It's a good opportunity for Crystal Palace. Edouard out to left back. Mitchell hits it over. It's a nice try, but it's deflected apparently off CRYWHU, and it's going to be a corner. Nice play by Crystal Palace again, started as they ended the second half. The first half, and started how they started the first half on top. Being the aggressors, finding opportunities. Defense has not been very good today. It's so compact. I cannot express how this is definitely an instruction from David Moyes, by the way. This is 100% because we're even more compact than we usually are. Usually we compress, right? And we stay sort of within the area. The wingers come back and it calms down. But played into the box from the corner, headed away from Diop. But today we are insanely compact. Maybe it's an attempt to stop Crystal Palace, Benteke, and people like that. Maybe that's what we're looking to try and do. But we are so squeezed together when Crystal Palace come forward. It is giving them dangerous amounts of space on the wings. I don't know why. I don't know why we've decided to do that, but that's what we have. Corner a second time from Crystal Palace, whipped into the box, headed away once more, this time from Arthur Masuaku. Crystal Palace with possession on the ball, out on the right-hand side, looking to try and find crossing space. Arthur Masuaku, Jordan Ayew lays it short. Anderson, Jack to Guy. Oh, it was Mitchell, actually. And Anderson, and then they've been forced all the way back. Some good calm pressing, some good calm space reduction from West Ham there. Guy says you're the top channel that pops up when you type in West Ham Live right now, so maybe that's why more people. Maybe. Yeah, I know when West Ham Fan TV do watch-alongs, we get less. I know that for a fact, and that's obviously makes sense. West Ham fan, it makes sense. They have 60,000+ subscribers. We only have 20-something thousand, right? It makes perfect sense, and obviously, I love all of those gentlemen dearly. But yeah, maybe that's why the clickbait works. Apparently, I don't know. I'm not complaining. It's just kind of wild. It's just kind of wild to me. Well, what was the dangerous ball in? Cleared away, not very well by CRYWHU. West Ham slowly managed to get away. Diop, bless him, try to just keep the possession instead of punting it. Tries to lay it into Lanzini, but it's just a bit too far ahead. Would have been a very, 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 very good pass, but doesn't quite work out. Crystal Palace get a throw in taken quickly. They maintain possession of the ball. Good spell from Crystal Palace early in the second half. It's a good tackle. To be fair, that's a good tackle from Arthur Masuaku, and then Lanzini completely loses out on the ball. This is a good opportunity for Crystal Palace. West Ham a little bit all over the shop. Hit from range from Edouard. Over. Close. Can West Ham ever achieve what Leicester did? I think someone can. Whether it's us or someone else, someone can. We're obviously looking very good at the moment in general. We've got a very good squad of players that everyone knows exactly what the manager's instructions are, similarly to how it works with Leicester with Ranieri. There's an opportunity for someone to do something. Would we ever do a Leicester? Are we going to win the league? I doubt it. Can we get European finish for a second time in a row? Yes, we can. It's just about maintaining that form, which we've lost a little bit. But last couple of, look, Watford, we beat them very handily and deservedly. Today's been a lot more squeaky, but we're 3-0 up. If we can continue this, maybe the key to me would be adding some squad depth in January. Then we could be in a very good position. A very good position indeed to make something happen. It would be nice to have a crossover like Charlie and Russ do watch along. I love Russ as well as a human being. Russ is a wonderful man. Maybe in preseason we do something. I don't know. During the season, it's all very rushed and everything is just go. And preseason you can calm down a little bit, have some fun. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I love Russ though. Russ is a beautiful boy. I disagree, Wolf Nipple Chips, I disagree strongly. I would. It's going to be awkward. That's an awkward thing to say for someone who I'm friends with. But I've said it out loud now, and we move. Whips into the ball, but foul. It's a good opportunity. Hit high and over from Saeed Ben Rama. One of those ones where he's always leaning back. He has to stretch and flick it. Can't quite make it. But it was a decent opportunity. He played across from Ben Rama to Soufal. He ends up following the ball into a good space. It deflects into his path. It would have been incredible if he managed it, but couldn't quite manage it. Ray S, thank you so much for the £2. Thank you very much. Chris Wood, for Hammers, if Burnley go down, Ray, it's incredibly kind of you. You don't have to do that at all. Chris Wood, I love Chris Wood. I would take him. I don't know whether he suits David Moyes' system. Maybe he does. He's a bit more mobile than people give him credit for. I like Chris Wood a lot, but it would be a big player if we managed it. There's a few players that, from relegated teams, you're looking at McNeil, you're looking at Wood, you're looking at who else might go down. It's probably one or two from other teams as well I'm not thinking of. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities there. There's a lot of opportunities for Premier League teams to get some decent players if the worst comes to the worst and some of those teams get relegated. But thank you very much, Ray. You did not need to do that at all. It's incredibly appreciated, my bro. Incredibly appreciated. All right, where we at? I like Crystal Palace's ground, man. It's just a good old-fashioned ground. It makes me feel solid. So I'm just That sounds wrong, but I'm going to go with it. It makes me feel solid. Crystal Palace have possession of the ball, but they're just passing it around at the back now, trying to sort of reorganize themselves. Lewis is asking about any news on Lingard. As far as I'm aware, Lewis, he's staying at Man United. We'll see. Or it's a good ball over the top from Crystal Palace. CRYWHU plays it across the box. It's a wonderful opportunity. Full stretch from Edouard. Cannot keep it down and in the net. Full stretch. He tried his hardest there. I don't think you can. I don't think you could say he could have done better. Potentially he could have, but a full stretch. There was a great counter-attack from Crystal Palace, just pinged over the top at all odds at the ends. West Ham. Masuaku cannot keep up with CRYWHU, who puts in a very, very good cross. It was always a little bit of a stretch for Crystal Palace. He's under pressure. He does battle as well as he is ever going to. And Edouard sprinting onto it, just can't keep it down. That was an incredibly difficult one to do. He looks disappointed, which is fair enough. But a very good opportunity goes lacking once again for Newcastle, once again for Crystal Palace, who are now playing through the lines once more. CRYWHU again tries to take on Masuaku. Tries to take it through Rice and Masuaku. Both just end up being a bit too much for him. After Masuaku, with his second good tackle of the game. There, love to see it. And now West Ham have an opportunity to counter attack, but there's so many more Crystal Palace players back than there are West Ham players forward. So many. Mikel Antonio dropping deep, wins a free kick. You love to see it. Yeah, the Lingard thing. As far as I'm aware, he's staying. That's how I understand it. I don't have any sort of insider knowledge. I'm barely able to talk most of the time, let alone form some sort of intelligent thought. But as far as I'm aware, Lewis, as far as I'm aware, he is staying at Manchester United. We'll see what happens. This could obviously change. There's a month-long window. This was never going to get done early. None of our business will get done early, I suspect. Cross in, good save from Gaeta. But I suspect he will end up staying. If I were to put money on it, I would say he's staying. But again, I don't put money on stuff. So it probably means nothing. That probably means nothing. Staying at Man United, want to see if Toon stay up. I mean, that would be a big money move, but I don't know. Again, I'm not sure. I think we did a transfer rumor show on this channel the other day. Geo hosted. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I think I can't remember who I put in the thumbnail. But go and have a look. There is some Lingard news in there. I believe it was the transfer rumor show. It might have been a different video that Geo did recently where he spoke about Lingard. Definitely something interesting to look at. But yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Ray, flip it, Ray. Allow it, Ray. Allow it. If I was Moyed, I'd go all out for Tony and Jay Lings. Tony is so good. Ivan Tony is like the perfect forward for West Ham United. I really strongly believe that. I don't know if he's achievable, if he's gettable at all, but Ivan Tony would be a super signing. Getting Jay Lings as well. Look, we all know what Jay Lings is capable of, and it would be brilliant to see. I'm of the opinion that we'll see what happens with Jay Lings, but Ivan Tony, I would adore. I don't think it's going to happen, bless. I think if it was going to happen, it would have already happened, sort of thing. But we will see on that one. But my God, would signing both of those be a statement? But Ivan Toney specifically is flipping. He's a flipping baller. But Ray, thank you very much. You did not need to do that whatsoever. Thanks for the Chelsea goal, Arthur. But now it's time to go. You know, I don't disagree. A problem is no one's going to buy him. There might be someone out there. Who'll put money into it. But if he needs replacing is the other issue. So we need to spend money on getting a replacement for him, and that's when it becomes difficult. That's when it becomes a difficult situation. Crystal Palace, by the way, are doing really well at the moment. They're not creating unreal chances, but they're doing well. They're putting pressure on West Ham. They're deep in our half, and it's making it difficult. It's a good point, Ray. I think Brentford would say no, but that's a good point. That is a very good point. And especially if we get Europe again this summer, then we could really start to make some moves. That would be a thing. Luke Gaming's here. Luke, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're all good. It's Crystal Palace make their first substitution of the match. It's Mateta coming on for Milivojevic. Patrick Vieira is gunning for this game. They are 3-0 down, so I guess there's no harm. They've got to take a step on it. But my God, bringing on yet another striker of Crystal Palace. Mateta on, Milivojevic off. What formation are they even playing anymore? Because they have so many strikers on the pitch. So many. First goal is Ben Rama. I think Antonio did, but maybe I'm wrong. I'd need to look back at it. They'll show probably a replay at some point and we can have a look, but we can have a look. They've gone 4-2-4. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense at this point. It's like Bilic is in charge. It's wild. I'm loving it. Remember when Bilic used to be in charge? It's the exact same thing he used to do in the last season at Upton Park. He used to just go ham and just throw striker onto striker. Here comes Jelic. He's playing out wide. It's just wild movements. It's Bilic-esque. I'm in love with it. Let's get Vieira in. Let's go, Mark. If Newcastle go down, I've heard the new owners will pay us 300 million to take some of their players. If they want to, I'll be fine with it. Played into the box. Mateta, easy header into the hands of Fabianski. Look, if they want to, we can take it, Tim. We can take it. I'll take that money. I don't know what that voice was, but we can take it. Love this from Tarcisco. My football club in Brazil, Palmeiras, won 2 Copa Libertadores in a year and one in 100 years. We're delighted. They said it was impossible. Believe me. Yes, you can. Come on. Love that from you. Absolutely love that. That is unreal. Believe. Offside flag for Crystal Palace, but West Ham played the ball forward regardless, so they just let it play go on. Mikel Antonio, far out on the left-hand side, as per usual, just because it's Mikel Antonio. Lanzini lays it short into Ben Rama. Soufal's arriving late. Finds him a bit too late. Has to take a touch before putting the ball in first time. Lofts it in very easy into Gaeta. Poor there from West Ham. And an opportunity maybe should have done a little bit better with. Opposition we maybe should have done a little bit better with. Ray, it's incredibly kind. It's incredibly kind. I appreciate it. Even if Man United, but we can accept that. We can accept that. As I said, fans of all teams are welcome, but it's incredibly kind of you, Ray. You really did not have to whatsoever. And the kind words don't go amiss either. Thank you. I disagree with you strongly, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Dave's band have been adamant. Lingard's been done for months. Yeah, me and Daya, I think, disagree on this one. I don't like. Daya's a smart guy, and I'm not going to sit here and have an argument with him over something as trivial as this. But yeah, we disagree on that one. I think if it was done, we would know it was done. A, because he would be here by now, and B, because it would have come out from the club. It's 100% would have. That's my opinion anyway. And like I say, I have no inside information. I'm just an idiot who sits there and watches football matches on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? I've got no knowledge whatsoever in this situation. West Ham are slowly getting more and more into this game. Early 15-minute spell of just complete and utter Palace pressure have dissipated a little bit into West Ham slowly but surely getting a little bit more ground in this one. Starting to create a little bit of opportunity here and there, but just getting more possession. And that's the key to this. We're going to need to stop them from just completely and utterly bombarding us. Although maybe you look at how many strikers they've got on the pitch, you want to stop them from counter-attacking. I don't know, but Arthur Masuaga with a really good ball into the centre. Whipped across. Antonio was there. It's a corner for West Ham United. If you were the person who asked for free, there's one. But another good pass from Arthur Masuaga doing well, by the way. Picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Just definite offside flag, in my opinion, for West Ham there. Syed Ben Rama. Is it offside or is it a corner? It should be offside. Yeah, it was offside. Okay, good. I was like, because that would have been unfair if it wasn't, because that was 100% offside. But another nice pass from Arthur Masuaga. He's doing all right since he's come on. He's doing okay. 388 likes. Jesus Christ. Thank you very much, everyone. That is an insanely high number. I don't know what the record is. I can't remember if we hit 500 or not. We got very close, but we are dangerously close to getting getting in and around the numbers. 388 is it's a huge amount. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. We do watch alongs every single match day here, so make sure you hit that sub button and the bell icon and stuff so you don't miss a match, because we are here. Ben coming on 389 now. Thank you, Ben. Come on, let's go, boys. Come on. West Ham calmly dealing with Crystal Palace's play well. Oh, Masuaku, sorry. Lanzini and Bowen linking up really nicely there. I love Lanzini. I love that role Lanzini plays. The way he drops a bit deep and can just link up play. It's just, he's just good at it. He's just good at it. West Ham shifted the ball out onto the left-hand side. Ben Rama tries to take on Ward. He's sending him left and right, plays it to Masuaku, puts in a dangerous ball. It's punched away from Gaeta. It was maybe a bit close, but it was a dangerous ball. Lanzini can't quite win the ball up against Jordan Ayew, but Antonio comes back, hits it. Oof. Mikel Antonio close. There was the moment there where I thought it might actually happen. The ball got punched away from Gaeta. Lanzini's struggling to get the control. He's battling Jordan Ayew from it. Antonio just comes in under no pressure just nicks the ball away, spins, swivels, hits it hard and low, just wide, but flipping it close. Gonzo needs to gift you some Pringle crisps for those 396 times. Strongly agree. And I do think Pringles are crisps. I think Gonzo's wrong. I think Pringles are crisps. I think we've had this argument on Two Spanners, One Ham, and a Hammers Chat Patreon exclusive podcast made just for you if you want to subscribe. Patreon.com/Hammers Chat, link in the description below. I've had arguments with him about that on there as well as other places, but that was a great opportunity for Crystal Palace. Edouard just snatches at it and it goes wide. But they are crisps. But we'll see. We'll see. He's never going to win that. 410 now. Jesus Christ, people. Jesus Christ. One key shot, the match goes from right away. Yeah, it was pretty poor, wasn't it? It was a good opportunity. The ball comes forward. He nods it down towards him. Mateta, he doesn't nod it down, sorry. He just gets a touchdown and he runs onto it. He hits it, but he just drags it wide. Poor from Edouard. A very good opportunity. Very good opportunity. And he just fluffs his lines. What's your spending limit on Evan Toney? 30? We'll see how it goes on, I guess. We'll see how it goes on to the rest of the season, what his numbers end up being, because I don't think it will happen in January. I think if it were to happen, it would happen in the summer. Right now, the spending limit would be 25, probably 25 to 30. He's one of those players who, if the opportunity was there to go and grab, you have to take it, in my opinion. He's the right age. He looks absolutely brilliant. He's got every facet. Pardon me, my stomach is going mad. He's got every facet to his game that he needs. He's fast. He's strong. He's got good passing play. He's got a brilliant shot on him. He's really good. And if the opportunity is there, you have to sort of take it. So, all played across, kicked away there by Tom Souček, defending well. But yeah, it's one of those ones where if the opportunity is there, you have to go and take it. What's the limit on it? That's why I probably nothing in that logic. But 25 to 30 in the summer, probably 30 plus 30, depending on how he does. Crystal Palace making a substitution. They no longer have 4 strikers on the pitch. Christian Benteke comes off, and Alisi comes on for a little bit more of a balanced approach. But a good opportunity there for Crystal Palace. A nice sub. He's a good player, to be fair, Alisi. What does Danny think of the second half performance? Danny, what do you think? Okay, yeah. So Danny says that Crystal Palace are doing well. They've pinned us back in good areas and have created chances, but like the first half, they've struggled to make that count. West Ham, on the other hand, haven't been able to counter-attack super effectively or get numbers forward in any sort of significant manner. However, it feels a lot like the first half where Crystal Palace just seem to be knocking on the door and not getting in, despite West Ham's less than stellar defensive performance. And if there was a goal to happen, it could very easily be West Ham's. I then went to put him back, and then he went, just one more thing, West Ham are massive. So that's what Danny DeVito thinks of the situation. It is what it is. Played across the box. Kufal nods it away under a lot of pressure. Ayew finds Mitchell. Nice first touch from Ayew, just taking the ball away from Kufal, making sure Crystal Palace can maintain possession. And they're slowly getting forced back here through nice Nice. Just positional play from West Ham United. He wasn't talking to you that long. No, but it's like a translator thing. It's like when the translation happens, the words are different in different languages. Yep, that's what I'm sticking with. That's what I'm sticking with. My opinion is that if I was to put money on one player signing for West Ham, if you said to me, what's the player who West Ham are most likely to sign in this window, I would say Adam Hložek right now. I think and like you say, for very obvious reasons, we've had interest before, and now we've got an even stronger link with him. I suspect it will happen. We'll see what happens, but I suspect it will happen. Stephen is asking for the stats. Stephen, I can show you. Where's my button? There's my button. There we go. So let's have a look at some of these stats. That's me again, apparently. How's that happened? If I click this, will it come? There we go. I don't know how the hell that happened. That was just me twice. What a scary time that was for us all. As you can see, Crystal Palace have just had shot after shot, and you can see even in the second half, it's not like they haven't had shots. They've still been absolutely peppering West Ham United. Their pass succession's been better. They've just been all over us. They've had more corners, everything, right? But when you look at the game as a whole and you see shots on target, West Ham have had more than Crystal Palace, and that's because we've just been significantly more critical. Those three players specifically peppering shots, whereas Crystal Palace just have not been able to do anywhere near enough. You look at the performances, obviously this is who scored, so you're talking statistically what the performance ratings are rather than anything else. It's not judging anything else, but 6 compared to 7.4, that's a very big difference. And you look at the sort of ratings momentum thing that who scored have along the bottom, it's all West Ham. It has been a very, very, very dominant performance. And you're looking at the players there who've just been doing bits. Vlasic is coming on for West Ham now. Vlasic is coming on. I'm not sure who for. It's for Ben Rama. So if you're, of course, the halftime sub was what it was. But if you were looking at the Vlasic one, I was close. I was very close. It is very fun to gun. You're not wrong. Love that, Jim. Love that. Good to see Vlasic come on. I'm excited. Hopefully he can change up the momentum a little bit, getting some good opportunities. Ben Rama, I think, has done well. Good luck, of course, to Saïd Ben Rama off at African Cup of Nations, because I believe he's off now. So good luck to him. He's had a good game today, I felt like. A decent game. But yeah, scenes. Here comes Vlasic. This is his time. The next couple of weeks are a big opportunity for him. Him, Fornals, and Lanzini are going to be battling out for those final positions. You look at Lanzini's cup performances the last couple of weeks, especially today. They've got the goal he scored today, and the performance today, I think, has been very, very good as well. You'd suspect he's got that sewn up. So him and Fornals and Vlasic is probably the one more in form out of the two. So it's a good opportunity for Vlasic to really put his stamp on his team now. Really, really good opportunity. Would love that. Would absolutely love. I would love it. I'm not sure. I think 2, but I can't remember who the other one is. But I don't remember. It's not Masuaku. Congo didn't qualify. It might just be Ben Rama. For some reason, I have 2 in my head, but I can't think who the other one is. I'm not sure. Not sure. I'll try to think you through, but I can't get it. Can't get it. I love music, yeah. Favorite band? That is a very difficult question. Okay, so it depends what genre, because again, I love everything practically. So if you're talking like the rock side of me, Red Hot Chili Peppers are probably up there. Red Hot Chili Peppers, CRYWHU playing through the lines well here. Crystal Palace, we'll come back to this in a sec. Crystal Palace playing through the lines, but they're forced back again. Just good defending from West Ham. Every time they get sort of close, we've done much better job at that. In the sort of the last 15, 20 minutes, we've done a much, much better job at just when they've got forward, not compacting, not constricting ourselves too much. And I think the midfielders, you're looking at Rice and Souček doing a better job. Lanzini headed wide from Crystal Palace, just doing a better job. If you're talking the rock side of me, probably Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love a bunch of different stuff, though. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Idols are a great punk band at the moment from the UK. It's people I'm forgetting. If you're talking like the electronic side, which I'm super into, you're talking Hot Chip, you're talking Neil Sissy Riga, you're talking who else? Anna Managuchi, incredible. Then you're talking like the flipping pop side. I don't know. I just like a lot. I just like a lot. I can't lie to you. I just like a lot. What about you? What about you, Todd? What are you saying? What's your favorite thing saying? Martin's coming through with a big Iron Maiden. That's a strong shout. That's a very strong shout. Classics, obviously West Ham connection as well, so important. Yes, Peach. Come on. Rah, 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 rah. Let's go. The night cometh. The Nightman cometh for decent. They're not bad. Dayman. Fighter of the Night Man. Kasabian was very good. Some of their albums are incredible, to be fair. Incredible. Incredible. Don't know what that was. It's French, maybe. I don't know. West Ham trying to find their way forward. Vlasic gets the control. Manages to keep possession of the ball. Souček back to Vlasic. He just battles well with Jordan Ayew, does well to find a space, tries to pull it back for Mikel Antonio, just a little bit behind him, a very good opportunity, and he does well. One of the things I've liked about Vlasic is he's strong. He's done well in challenges. You know, opposition players the last couple of times have been trying to stop him, and he just have not been able to do it. It's good. It's very good. You love to see it. Do you like Kanye West music? Rap wise, Kanye West is this is a strong opinion. Kanye West is an incredible producer. He's not a good rapper. The worst part of any Kanye West song is the Kanye West rapping. Even on Donda, there's some like, you're like, oh my God, this beat is so good. And then just Kanye West starts saying stuff and you're like, you know what I mean? Just doesn't quite work. But Run the Jewels are up there. If I completely forgot, Run the Jewels. There's and then Run the Jewels, you know what I mean? Run the Jewels. Graham's asking for Okoflex. I think that's a great shout. I would love to see it. We'll see if it happens, but I'd love to see it. Oh, Crystal Palace player goes down in the box. It looks a bit light, and the referee has nothing of it. But good tackle from Crystal Palace in the when West Ham are trying to counter-attack the ball back. Lane saying it's an amazing time to be West Ham. And it is. I mean, we're casually strolling as we're a 3-0 victory away to Crystal Palace, a team we've really struggled against at times, and even this season gave us a very good game. And today have been brilliant, but just not happened for them, you know? Schlupp tries to play it in. Declan Rice intercepts the poor pass and West Ham break away well. Vlasic played it to Antonio, who just could not get the control on it whatsoever. Good opportunity for West Ham there, just doesn't quite work out. Got to go, says Curved. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you for the super chat as well. You're an absolute legend. Absolute pleasure. See you next time. Hope you have a good one. Pink Floyd and Slade. You got Arthur. Large plays. Cockney Rejects were proper. Yeah, I mean, their version of Bubbles was like my childhood, to be fair. John Bon Jovi, The Sundays and Oasis, flipping The Clash. Mark, you're speaking to me with The Clash. My God. Arthur Masuaku just pulls down Elise there in the most obvious way possible. The Killers aren't bad, to be fair. The Killers are decent. Ben, there are places, all I'll say, Ben, right, without making it bait, there's places you can watch the game if you're looking for it. I'm just saying it. It may or may not be in the description below. Who knows? Whipped into the box from Crystal Palace. Can't quite get it past the first man. Headed away. Elise looking forward. Flicked into the box. Ward, headed away from Thomas Souček. Or is it Craig Dawson? I think it's Craig Dawson, that one. Now Jared Bowen out on the right-hand side. Can't get the control and goes out. Neil Diamond, 70s Aerosmith, Juice WRLD, Metallica, Bowie. Some outrageously large shouts coming in right now. Crystal Palace trying to get their way into the box. Hit! Deflected and it's out for a corner. Flipping heck. The jam, the specials. Ghost Town is an all-time classic. I mean, a lot of the specials. The specials are one of those people, who don't get the respect they deserve. Do you know how many classics they have on their, like, if you listen to their discography, there are classics after classics. Obviously, Ghost Town is huge, but whipped in from Elise, nodded away from West Ham. Palace continue to have possession on the outside of the box. Finds Jordan Ayew out on the left-hand side. Elise's by him. Maybe found here is Lanzini trying to push the ball. His first time cross in, headed away again from Craig Dawson. Vlasic can't quite get the flick on, but Thomas Suchek does well to win the ball back and win a free kick. Good work. Good work. Good work. Led Zeppelin. Moisey and the Blowfish. Just loads of Moisey references. Where was the other one? I saw another one above. I'll see it in a sec. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. General Levy. Wicked. I can't do it, but you know what I mean? I can't do it, but it's a banger. Wicked. Unbeatable, unstoppable, unbreakable. Here, Donny Osmond. Big plays, Wally. Big plays. Jedward. The lads out here doing bits on Twitter. You got to respect it. Stereophonics, Oasis, Finn Lizzy, Backstreet Boys. There was the one I found it. Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Feeling those vibes tonight. Neil Diamond. Mate, it's just a lot of large shouts being in the chat right now. Queen. FSB saying KSI. He's got significantly better. We'll give him the credit he deserves. He's gotten significantly better. There was a long period of time there where I wouldn't have agreed with you. Some of his beats are incredible. But obviously, he doesn't make his beats. But some of his beats are incredible. But he's gotten significantly better. And he's got 2 Brit noms. So what can we say? The Who, General, Led Zeppelin. Mate, look how many... Mate, Foo Fighters, Boney M, Queen, Nirvana, Fleetwood Mac, White Stripes. The White Stripes. Anything flipping what's his face does is great. The song he did over and over on his last album. Over and over. That's so good. So good. Mate, I'm loving the chat. Just going out. Get over. Get hyper, mate. You can't look. That was my teenage years. You can't say much about it. You can't not give it the respect it deserves. Do you know what I mean? You have to sort of give it the respect it deserves. Get hyper. Yo, bad boy, get on the case. Some of the case. I don't remember what the lyrics are. What song? What song? Crystal Palace still trying to find their way through, but it just doesn't feel like they have what it takes right now. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like they have it going on. Like they're getting... Bob, Caravan Palace. Come on, Bob. Big plays. It just doesn't feel like they have what it takes, right? Like... they're trying and they're having opportunities, but they fluffed so many of them. If you are a there you go, and there's the goal. I was gonna say, if you're a Crystal Palace fan, you feel like they've probably had opportunity after opportunity to put it in, and they've just not been able to do it. And finally, Edouard is the one who breaks it. It is Crystal Palace 1, West Ham United 3. Finally do it, and it's from an early cross, and it was a really nice cross from Elise. Puts it onto his stronger foot, whips it into a brilliant footer. You got to say that was the Ben Rama cross for Mikel Antonio. If anything, that's almost an exact replica of the Ben Rama to Antonio goal in the first half. Elise just puts it onto his stronger foot. We don't defend it well enough. We don't shift him onto his weaker foot. He's put an absolute peach of a cross in, and it ends up in the back of the net. That is the score. It is 3-1. Crystal Palace 1, West Ham United 3. And I can't lie to you, I'm not too scared. They've wasted time after time after time in this game. Chance after chance. Just continuously wasting it. So I'm not terrified, but you do have to say, if they've taken the opportunities, they've taken the opportunities. Todd, everyone in chat, have a great New Year. Stay safe. I've got to go. See you next time. See you next time, bro. Good to see you. Have Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Lovely to have you around as per usual, my friend, as per usual. And now Crystal Palace can go on the attack here. The fans are roaring. 84th minute. They've got They've got a big mountain to climb if they're to get even a point in this game, and not a mountain that they've climbed successfully so far. They've really tried, and it just has not happened for them. But they're giving it a shot in their late doors, and they've got all of the possession. It's pinged in from Andre Ayew looking for Edouard. Can't quite find him. The header down. Thomas Souček can't get there before one of the Crystal Palace players does. I think it was Benteke. And Crystal Palace regain possession of the ball about on the halfway line, and they go again. Jordan Ayew trying to find any sort of space. He's just running across the defensive midfield line of West Ham United. Rice, Souček, Lanzini. Good tackle by Craig Dawson. Clean as you like there at the end. He wins a free kick from it as well, but very nice stuff. Very, very nice stuff. Don't jinx it, bro. All I ever do is jinx it. That's my entire shtick, practically, is just jinxing it. Let's be real. Just non-stop jinxing it. Rifles and Roses with Slash. Shout out to Slash. What a boy. Just hats and that. AFCON watch-alongs. I would be tempted, Eric. I can't lie to you. We won't be doing them. And I'm about to start doing wrestling watch-alongs on my wrestling YouTube channel. Which, hey, if you're into wrestling, at a top mark on YouTube, a top mark. That's my wrestling YouTube channel. I'm doing a one tonight for WWE Day 1, but I'm doing so many watch-alongs at the moment, so probably not. But I am tempted. I won't lie. I just want to see Ben Rama do bits. I'd love to see it do. I'd love to see it happen. You know what I mean? Dawson is God. Changed my mind. No C-Dub hate here. Do you know what I mean? C-Dog is the greatest, and you have to put respect on his name, and the people who don't are wrong uns. Mikel Antonio holding the ball up as we time waste in the corner. Very nice. Just nicely taken away by Mitchell and Crystal Palace won a goal kick, but my God. We're in full on that one. Thank you. It's that one. Or Sins. I don't know. Whatever you want to be called today. But yeah. We are doing bits. Right now. We're trying it. We're going full on. We're going full on time wasting, but you love to see it. Schlupp trying a big crossfield pass. Arthur Masuaku easily intercepts that one, not as completely under hit. Declan Rice charges away with it, plays it into the path of Vlasic. Lanzini back to Vlasic. Under a lot of pressure, finds Masuaku. West Ham maintaining the possession of the ball. Possession of the ball, quite nice. Real good Charlotte, Green Day, Blink 182. Reese coming through with the old school bangers. Do you know what I mean? Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yes. Yes. Listen. Flipping Flea, bro. Flea goes hard. Dum. He goes hard, man. There's not without Flea, Red Hot Chili Peppers aren't what they are. I'm saying that now. Look, don't get me wrong. We can have deeper conversations about the changing guitarists and like what affects the band and everything else. Drummer's a top lad as well. But Flea makes Red Hot Flea, man. They're just those bass lines. Mark Noble coming on for us, Ham. Ayew trying to find his way through. Edouard picks up the ball. Mitchell trying a nice little reverse pass through for Riedewald, but can't get there. Kufau does well. And here is that substitution. And it's Manuel Lanzini who's had an incredible game today, to be fair. Fair play to him. His goal was something else. What a goal from Manuel Lanzini. He's coming off, and Captain Fantastic, Mr. West Ham, Mark Noble, who had a great game against Watford. The 4-1 win there is coming on. Maybe a second 4-1 incoming? I don't know, but we'll see. Mark Noble is making his way onto the pitch now from Manuel Lanzini in the 89th minute. What about country music? I don't know enough of it. John Frusciante, thank you. That's the person I couldn't remember the name. I couldn't remember his name for some reason, but yes, John Frusciante is what I was thinking about. I don't know enough country music to really talk deeply about it. But Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, which is a country song that Miley Cyrus and Mark Ronson did. So it's a country song, but with like a little modern twist from Mark Ronson producing is a banger. And no one can tell me otherwise. No one can tell me otherwise. Free kick to Crystal Palace. Jordan Ayew getting fouled there by Issa Diop, just on the edge of the area, just on the sort of corner of the area by the right corner flag. So you have the right corner flag comes down, there's the area, just the sort of corner bit around about there. Jordan Ayew's still down. You probably should get up because, to be honest with you, the longer he takes, the less opportunities Crystal Palace are going to have to score for the remaining of this game. If they want a result, they want a result, but. It's a free kick in a decent area. Free kick in a decent area. Oh, he does not look fit. He does not look. He's still down. I don't think it didn't look that bad, but he is struggling. He is struggling. So, free kick in a decent area. Hit from Elise. It's all the way in. It's 2. It's Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 3. And if you ever thought that West Ham wouldn't make it as difficult as possible for themselves, you were wrong, because right now it is Crystal Palace 2, West Ham United 3. Elise is the one who does it. He's had a very good game since coming on, and he's whipped in the ball from the free kick. He was in a fairly decent area, and that is atrocious from West Ham. He's put it in, and it's difficult. Fabianski is just rooted to the spot. I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know why he doesn't come for it. It's not even like he can't see the ball coming, because from the angle behind the goal, it looks like he can see it as clear as day. But for some reason, it goes all the way in. Elise is the one who gets the goal from the free kick. It was a cross that looks a bit too close, but it is what it is. 4 minutes at a time. We're almost 1 minute into it. And it's Crystal Palace 2, West Ham United 3, setting up for a big finale here. Remember, we will be live with a live match review. It'll be Geo Gonzo will be live talking about that about just a couple of minutes after the full-time whistle here. So make sure to stick around once the game's over, and I will spam that link in the chat so you can go and have a gander, get involved with it as fully as you possibly can. But before that, we have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left of this match to try and keep hold on to this. Crystal Palace have been completely in control of this second half. They have been fully in control, fully deepsing it. And it's been very difficult for West Ham to deal with a lot of the time. They have wasted opportunity after opportunity. And if you look at it realistically, you say if the teams just took the opportunities they were given, Crystal Palace should maybe be far and away leading in this game, except they haven't been. They have wasted so much, and right at the death here, even then, a free kick cross that probably was not a shot after Masuaku style, Fabianski rooted to the spot, ends up going into the net, and now with 2 minutes left of stoppage time, it is ultimo squeaky times for the boys. Ball over the top now. Edouard's tried to battle with Craig Dawson, who just says no. Come on, big plays. Remember, if you haven't already subscribed, we do watch-alongs every single match day here, and like the video. We have smashed the target of 300. We're at 418 likes right now, which is insane. I think that's the second most amount of likes we've ever had, and we're dangerously close to getting the most amount of likes we've ever had. So if you haven't already liked the video as well, and a massive shout out to those who have given super chats as well. But we are a minute and a half away here. A minute and a half away. Where are we at? I saw it a second ago. Oh, chat's moving like wild right now, so I can't see what I need to see. Where is it? Jeffrey asking for a match recap. Crystal Palace were much the better side in the second half, but we were just lethal. We just took our opportunities, even though they were the better side and had more opportunities. There's one as clear cut as ours, and we just took our chances. They were few, but we took them. Lanzini with an absolute incredible goal. Went in 3-0 at half time, looking all good. This second half has been all Crystal Palace practically. We've barely bothered attacking, it feels like at times. It has been almost entirely Crystal Palace, and it looked like for the longest time it was going to carry on the exact same way. They just weren't accepting their opportunities that were given. They just weren't taking them, and yet here we are. They've scored 2 in quick succession towards the end, cleared away right near the death, and it was incredibly close. Now's the time, with just a couple of minutes left. Well, I'll say a couple of minutes left of the stream. About 30 seconds left of the game. Overhead kick flipping heck, an overhead kick and the death of the game for Crystal Palace. It was Mateta who went for it. My God. Lofted in, and under all the pressure from Dawson, he goes for it. An incredible attempt. It doesn't go well. There's 10 seconds left. I'll ask you now for your Hammers chat man of the match. Whoever you say is your man of the match will win the award. I'll say it from the just as many people as I can see in the thing. I should also say thank you. We're at 429 likes. That is far and away the second most we've ever had, which is insane. And there is the final whistle. It ends. West Ham 3, Crystal Palace 2. A game which was incredibly squeaky, much more squeaky than it should have been. But thank goodness it ends in our favour. 3-0 at half time, 2 goals in the last 7 minutes for Crystal Palace, but it does end Crystal Palace 2, West Ham United 3. West Ham second win in a row. Big dubs. Lanzini with an absolutely incredible goal. The penalties, the difference in the end, but Lanzini's goal, the second one. If you haven't gone and watched it, West Ham second, Lanzini's first. Go and check it out. Wally, my friend, Danny Man, I'm actually doing a new job doing a watch along with you, Charlie. He's done bits today. He's done bits. Thank you very much. I'll handle it here in sunny Philadelphia. Thank you very much. Wally's you're an absolute legend. And thank you as well, I should say, to Mark, to Woody, Alan, Curved Glass, Arthur, Ray, twice, for all the super chats. It's incredibly kind of you. Incredibly kind of you. Patrick Vieira having a massive argument there with a ref. Joel Ward have even been the person to push him away. Let's just have a quick look. We're saying Ben Rama nearly shat myself, says Paul, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. That is a bold thing to say, Val, especially when he's not next to you. Fantastic work, CW. Thank you very much. You don't have to apologize at all. Hope your disc golf tournament went well. Hope you got a big dub there. But you never have to apologize. Thank you for coming. What else are we saying? Lanzini, L. I'm assuming Lanzini. Dawson Clowns, Lanzini. No one stood out, but he got the goals that were needed. Look, let's be real. It's Lanzini with a man match. Congratulations to Manuel Lanzini with the large dub, with an incredible goal. And West Ham come away with a win. A very, very important win. It was terrifying for a while there. I can't lie to you. It was very, very scary indeed. Didn't need to be that stressful. Lanzini did do bits. Lanzini, man of the match. Lanzini's goal was heart eye emojis, which is an incredible goal. Squeaky bum needs to change my pants. You're not wrong, Ryan. You're not the only one. Sweet Jeebus. What did I say about that cushion? Yes, big time. And Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, everyone. Remember, we do watch-alongs every single match day here on Hammers Chat. Every single match day, we are always here. I am always here, and they are not possible without you. So make sure to come back. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss the build-up / watch-along shows. We have managed in the end to hit 445 likes. We are dangerously close to 450. That's almost 150% of what we aimed for, which is insane. So thank you so much. But without you lot, this is literally impossible. I sit here and I do it by myself. And if the live chat wasn't as brilliant as it was, this would not happen. So make sure to come back. If you come back again sometime, we'd love to have you. However, more importantly, right now is time for, hang on, before we do that, Harry Parker, absolute legend with a super sticker. Thank you very much for the 449 sticker, the good job one like that. Thank you. It's incredibly kind of you. And now I am spamming in the live chat the link for the review. So make sure everyone to go and check that out. If you haven't, if you don't, then you're not going to get some serious insights, some good insights. And while you do that, I will say once more, thank you to Wally, to Ray twice, to Arthur, to Curved Glass, to Alan, Woody, Mark Thorne, and then just at the end there, Harry Parker with the super sticker. Thank you so much to everyone who donated and everything else. But make sure if you haven't already, get involved. Head over there. The live review will be beginning in just a moment. Come on, you irons. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video. All that good stuff. And I will see you next time for hopefully another big dub. Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Come on, you irons. Let's go. Boys deployed. Big plays. Me and Danny. See you next time.